Alrighty, and here we go. So, MUYAHO, 50% map win rate. DAMWON, gonna be feeling very comfortable with their 100%.
Yeah, but I would take those stats with a grain of salt here. I think we've seen these teams really adapt and improve here over time, and I think we could have a very new version of them coming forward here. Now, immediately, we do have a quick push down into mid, up into B Heaven.
Wrapping their way through. Wall's going to be coming up, cutting off stairway access. Ghana trying to pull back, but doesn't drop down. And Texture pressing forward with the Frenzy. Does manage to find that kill. Now Intro will fall. And it is a very solid start here for DAMWON. Buzz trading one back as Eugene does get eliminated, but it's very much now on the back of this race. 10X does manage to find one, but will die in the end. And that'll be the closeout on the pistol round for DAMWON.
Yeah, strong showing there to start things off with a very aggressive and explosive push up into B Heaven, coming down, getting that spike planted, and thus winning the pistol round. Going into round two, it's not going to be very easy for MUYAHO here. I think they might have been expecting a little bit of a slower start here, but instead, off the bat, DAMWON Kia just coming in and crushing. This time around, it seems like they're going to go for a hard counter play here. MUYAHO basically going to try to preempt what they're hoping for is going to be an A rush, but in fact, all sights set on to B, at least judging from where this spike is waiting. And this could allow for a very easy victory unless MUYAHO is able to reorganize and reorient, coming back over here to protect.
Taking their time right now. 2 inching forward in the rope. Spike's still going to be dropped back over towards Ramen, but yeah, the B side is completely unoccupied. And if they continue to just push forward there, Chibop and Kelly, they will get word of this. And we very well may see those 2 players in mid just rotate out, pick up the spike, bring it straight over to B.
Yeah, now they're actually coming in here to chase Secret, who's actually gone down into sewers here. Now, they've actually claimed the B site, but this is one of these funny games where the spike wasn't actually equipped with any of the agents. So they have B, but they can't plant, which will give an ample amount of time for MUYAHO to try to come back over here and maybe take a fight at B.
They need to be ready for this corner check, though. Headshot. Chibop gets the dink, follows up for the kill. Paint Shell's lobbed around the corner. They get the spot here onto the Omen. Intro will manage to take out one. Gene hovering nearby, just going to be throwing down the slow orb, making sure they can't press into Alley any further. Texture, ooh, yeah, still continuing to play forward. Takes just a smattering of damage from the Paint Shells, but in the end, it's a lot of damage dealt. Buzz in heaven, but with a shorty and at these long ranges, it's not really going to be doing him any favors. Already burned the Tailwind over at the A site when he was trying to chase in onto Secret, so cannot try to close the distance, really.
We see Kelly hanging out over here, waiting for possible peeks here from B Heaven. I don't think we're going to have
any.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, and so, well, I guess they're going to get that one peek here. Intro. Going to be picked off there by Kelly, but the spike will go off with a 2-0 lead here for DAMWON Gaming Kia. Again, though, plenty more rounds to go. And we're going to see how exactly MUYAHO is going to handle the rifle round, which is usually where they can get the leg up on their opponents.
Yeah, and they need to, because, very much defensive side of the map, the changes that have happened have kind of evened up the, split a little bit more, give the attackers more of a chance to try to break through, where before it was so very dominated by the defender's side. But it still is going to be favoring the defenders. We do have a quick little pause coming out as we get things taken care of and then can resume the game. But as strong as an attack that we're seeing from DAMWON Kia right now, if they can keep that going and, potentially end with a positive record on the attacker side, that sets them up to maintain this 100% win rate on split.
I don't think the behaviors that we saw in that second round are really indicative of what we're going to have as far as formations going here. For MUYAHO, basically you lose that first round and you're stuck having to do, a real eco round here where they're going to possibly be coming at you with Spectres or another, variety of weapons that are going to be superior to whatever you have. And so we do see some teams try to do blind counters here where, let's say that there was a push on A, the entire team is stacked there. And then maybe they do take a fight, they can swing this back. It's a gamble, but it's something that's absolutely worthwhile to do. So we're still waiting to see if this pause is going to be resolved.
And see the countdown ticking away, so we should be okay.
Yeah, 15 more seconds on the clock here. All signs do point to an A-side push. And we have a 3-2 split over here. with Cypher having his utility set up here to booby trap A.
This could be a fairly fast push once things get going. Sloworb comes out, try to get themselves up into heaven. Tailwind forward, Harry clipped. Does manage to find one as he presses through his own cyber cage. The blind, time with texture. Despite the blind, still manages to come out on top. Takes out two. Still with 33 HP remaining and may very well be able to receive a heal from Eugene. But as I say, that looks like he has used it on himself. Now the spike will get planted and it's a 2v4. So a very great start here for DAMWON. And MUYAHO on this retake have to play out of their minds or just opt to save the guns.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a tough decision here. This is pretty clearly going to be a victory for DAMWON Kia. They're not going to throw this. They're not going to screw this up. So they back out over into defender's spawn and are basically going to let that spike detonate and see if they can't, in the future, start to really reorient towards a win.
Yeah, so now, I mean, two rifles that they'll be carrying forward into the next round, but everybody else is going to be fairly softened up economically, not too much in the wallet. So, you know, maybe some Buckies or Sheriffs that'll come out here with light armor, perhaps. We'll have to see what the rest of the team is going to opt to do, but the weight is very much on those two rifle shoulders, whether or not they decide to disperse them amongst the other team members.
Yeah, and let's not forget here that MUYAHO, it's not a secret what happened. I mean, DAMWON Gaming Kia knows, okay, they saved their rifles. They're going to try something in the next round. If DAMWON Gaming Kia could come in here and smash in the next round, it's going to be real trouble here for MUYAHO.
Yeah, so looks like Sheriff Buzz potentially making up his mind. Still going to be 2 charges away from that Blade Storm. Speaking of which, Texture pops his off the bat. Scouting forward as they move up. Dark cover allowing him to just move past Mail without having to turn around. The Bucky is situated down below here with Harry. See if he can find the kills.
Now, similar to the second round here, the spike is parked over by Ramen, so they don't have any intention on diving onto any of these sites yet.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that's the goal inevitably here, but for now they're really playing cautiously, and I think this is a very wise decision here from DAMWON Kia. Getting a pick or two here or there could snowball the entire round and then really leverage their weapon position.
Yeah, I mean, they're just kind of waiting for some form of information. Texture does decide to go forward.
The Omen's going to grab the spike. The Sage Wall's going to come up here and allow for an easy spill down into B. Maybe if you're dead, though, too. Shot off there from the high ground now. As it looks like MUYAHO basically able to reclaim B with ease, but a good pull around here from DAMWON Kia.
Yeah, they get 2, so now the spike's going to be rerouted all the way back over through A. They do have the move up from Secret, gets himself up the ramp and can try to occupy around the ropes now.
The Cypher can control the ropes pretty easily here and maybe even use some utility to try to lock this push out here. Now, there's only 10 seconds on the clock. The spike is being planted, 3 in ropes, 1 in spawn.
Cyber Cage coming down. Paranoia comes crashing through. He's going to hide into the corner. Chibop eliminated.
Wow, Secret actually going for the push there and then whips around, gets the kill over there, taking out 2 of the players as Kelly takes 10x down on the low ground.
That is absolutely devastating. Secret, can he pull it off? He can! The frenzy drawn out intro. Oh, had he gotten that kill, it certainly would have been clutchable for him, but Secret completely shuts them down. Such an aggressive tailwind forward from Buzz. Can't recover in time, didn't have full HP, just gets nuked by that Phantom, and Secret makes it happen. That was looking like a very dire situation with Chibop falling, but it completely turns it on his head, and it's just yet another round victory here for them, and yet another brief pause.
Now, let's point out that for a little bit, it actually looked like MUYAHO might have been able to win that if it did come down to a fight on B, but as they were shot down coming from heaven, we got a shot of this here now. This is where the Jet gets completely annihilated, and I think they did the right move. They retreated, they reoriented towards A, and frankly, MUYAHO didn't have a very clean entry back into A. They had a good setup. We're going to run the clock on this pause. For now, I'm not sure if this is a technical issue or a requested pause.
I think we heard that it was a call for a player pause. So I think
player pause. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's something.
I'm glad you caught that in the headset. I did not.
It's hard to not hear it because they always just say you know, like, please pause. So,
PP.
we get the call. Somebody said PP in the chat, so we know that
That
it's a
is
player
actually
pause.
in Korean esports rules. Typing PP quickly.
Yeah.
Double P
Please pause.
is to pause.
Doesn't mean you have to have a bathroom break. It means
No.
that there's something wrong.
No, that would be wee.
Yeah.
So we're going to wait here. We're going to see what the issue is. Is it a tactical pause where they're saying, what the hell are we doing, guys? Let's pull it together. We're overextending. Or is this like my mouse is
I think this
setting?
I think this has to be a technical issue. I don't actually think that they're allowed tactical pauses
I think
until
you're right.
in between the rounds.
I hadn't checked before a tournament because we almost never have these. But
yeah, I'm fairly certain there's no mid map pausing except for during the half break. They get it, 2 minutes or so, a minute and a half. Coach can come out, discuss with them, and then they go back. So this will have to be some sort of technical issue that we're working through. But we'll give, if we get any update on that, we'll be sure to push that forward for you guys. But you've been casting for a long time, Tasteless.
I have been.
It's been a couple years now since you got started.
Couple years.
What's the?
I'm in my.
What's the most brutal pause?
My sophomore years of. Oh, dude, it was much worse in the early days. Where they would pause and they wouldn't even have shots like this to.
Yeah, you're just
keep
staring at the game screen.
I think I once was on camera for an hour and a half and I had no idea what the hell was going on.
Had that happen before. I remember me and Monte Cristo casting League of Legends. I forget who was in that game. I want to say it was KT Rolster maybe versus Jin Air.
That was also back when they weren't wise enough to cut to a commercial maybe if you're really
doomed.
They're like, well, you can just do a full-length best of 3 of filling time.
We played, I think, we played maybe 3 videos that had been produced with Cloud Templar. So the videos were all in Korean, had no English subtitles, and they just decided to run them. And there's a mosquito in here.
There's a bug in
here.
Watch this. You ready?
Yep. Oh,
I almost killed it.
Did you follow? I thought you got it.
I think I winged it. Oh, I killed him. Look, he's here.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that.
Nice.
Round 1 goes to Tasteless. I just killed a mosquito. The weather is getting warmer out here.
Yeah.
But looks like my blood stays with me this time. Tasteless drawing first blood, murdering a mosquito in the halftime.
There's no other half.
It reminds me of that DAMWON Kia round back there where they dominated MUYAHO. So I want to point out, guys, in these shots, we actually do have the players in the studio as things are slowly coming back to normal.
Yep.
I'm not vaccinated yet. I hope you are. But eventually, we're going to go back to the old days where gamers and casters flew in metal birds. They traveled the world and gathered in groups.
Large clumps of people who all shook hands. They didn't fist bump.
They shook hands and didn't wear masks.
Yep. I was fortunate to do, I guess, probably one of the last LAN events that had occurred, at least in the States.
The last event I was at, I was actually at EVO in Tokyo. And that was like,
right,
I came back here and then literally the country shut down. We've been in Seoul ever since.
Yeah.
Alas.
Here we go.
Countdown is starting. There are no cars on the highway.
Just
right
like
now.
here.
It's important to know, yeah. Would you live in these buildings, I ask?
It didn't look like they had any foundations.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
Especially if everyone's trying to blow up the city with these spikes.
That's true, yeah. A lot of spike terrorist attacks here. Okay, we're back in the game, and we're in the 5th round. And now we're going to see if we can have a push. It looks like into B. We only have the Omen defending here. There is a breach up in heaven. Double Omen smokes over here, which actually may allow a push through here, depending.
Boombot, not going to get the spot on the intro. Yeah, rides that line finally. Needs to make sure that he's still going to be covered. The bot goes back into the garage, holding the angle. Thinks about tossing the paranoia, but does not do so.
Yeah, decides it might be better to hang back and wait for them to almost push in. But then here comes the flash immediately. Chibop picks off intro. Kelly takes out Ghana. 10x with a kill on Texture.
Does manage to find one. That was over in mid, though. This B still broken open, and they are now in onto the site. 10x jumping forward, has the showstopper out. Does take quite a bit of damage there in the exchange, down to 46 HP as Harry creeps forward just over top of rope here.
Oh, this is such a crazy smoke here. There's actually someone lurking just below. You can see Chibop just waiting. And now another Omen smoke comes here. Now again, it's kind of typical of DAMWON Gaming Kia. The plant's a little bit late. They're very cautious with where the spike is. preferring to first secure the site, plant it, and then go for the win. A lot of other teams, I think all over the world, they just plant in a frenzy and then try to defend after.
All right, well, they get the word that G-Bomb is just below, and will manage to line up one shot. Buzz with that operator finds another. Paranoia perfectly timed as he pops the Blade Storm, goes in with the updraft. Uses another one, taps the spike.
Oh my God.
Throws a couple of the knives, takes Kelly down to half HP, taps it yet again. Knows that they have to come to him, but instead decides to go ahead, peeks out, and that's just a 5th round going the way of DAMWON.
Yeah, nicely done. And I think DAMWON hanging back. I mean, even though it's doable having one player kill off 2 in garage and then going back to the box to defuse, still not easy if you space the timeout and the engagements out.
Yeah, I would have liked maybe if he had tried to take it to half first, then go for the peak, try to catch the Omen maybe on a swing coming around the side, but does not work out at all. So now, MUYAHO in dire straits at the moment.
Yeah, this is getting bad, and really, you know, a 5-0 going into round 6. Look at the guns they're forced to buy. Bucky's, I think we might have had Sheriffs back there.
Yeah, I mean, again, just bear in mind how defensively favored this map is.
No Sheriffs, I'm sorry.
Across every other team. It's one. We have one for 10x.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so, but yeah, I mean, this is inferior weapons, and if you're smart, like DAMWON Kia, you don't want to take close encounters. Well, okay. I was going to say, don't do something like that unless you're going to basically preempt the player with the Bucky, but there's only so many narrow corners on split, and so basically if you're against players that you know are going to be banking on Buckies, just take angles where the Bucky is not ideal.
Yeah, just a complete lack of response there from Harry. Doesn't react anywhere near in time. 10x. He missed the barrel of the gun! Oh, he could have seen it there. Texture, his gun was sticking out, but just doesn't quite notice it. Looks the other way. Now the res is out, and that's 5 members back on board for DAMWON, at the very least, just to be able to recover that extra rifle. Buzz finished off. And it all comes down to Intro and Ghana yet again. Sheriff and Bucky for the attempted retake, and by that I mean they're probably just going to have to in forward here, try to get any guns they possibly can.
It is interesting to see how slow DAMWON Gaming Kia is playing and how well it's working every time. They have the spike site for sometimes up to 10 seconds before the spike is actually even brought in.
Yeah.
These guys are very safe, they're very methodical, and you know, I think this is a real cooling of the nerves overall here for DAMWON Gaming Kia, as with very surgical precision, they open up the site, eliminate all entry points, carefully bring the spike in, patiently place it down, and then wait it out. And MUYAHO, where, look, just yesterday they had kind of an explosive frenzy of match after match on our maps that we had, are really going up against a very disciplined DAMWON Gaming Kia here.
Yeah. I'm still very confused by the map maps.
I'm feeling smarter and smarter here. Is DAMWON Gaming Kia? I'm like, oh, of course they're going to win.
You know, I flipped back through my notebook just to look through as 10x just dies.
10x just gets obliterated there.
But I have notes on just about every match that has happened so far in Korea, you know, since we started the 2021 Challengers Tour. And I think back to MUYAHO versus TNL, they 13-0'd TNL on Ascent, yet they ban it going into this series versus DAMWON. Unless we had a, you know, like a graphical error and that was DAMWON's ban, I'm just
it is curious, isn't it?
It's puzzling.
It's a good point to raise, I think. By the way, Cloudburst is going to smoke out the Cypher here as a clean entry into A, and I think one of our faster spike plants, at least for DAMWON Kia so far here. Planting just by Pillar. And we're waiting to see if there's going to be any real entry over here. It looks like Harry's coming forward, gets 2 kills in a row. Now going to reveal the rest of the players' locations. This could be one that absolutely could be taken by the rest of the team.
Doesn't manage to find the kill there on the Chi-Bomb, and he's got the cleanup. Finishes off Intro. Still would have had to go through Kelly had Intro been able to win out that fight, but I mean, this is just utter domination right now.
Dude,
on this attacking side.
I'll tell you, man, watching the Cypher use the ulti after getting into a position where it's winnable and then they lose is heartbreaking.
It is.
You know, some of these ultis, like Showstopper, a lot of times is made for an initiation, especially if you get them coming into a narrow hallway. But Cypher's ulti is really about trying to close it out, right? Once you've you should be either even or a little bit ahead. All right, let's figure out where they are. Let's eliminate any risk, and let's end it. Did not work out. All signs pointing to DAMWON Kia here in the first half. 7-0 in what is turning out to be, at least so far, one of the most one-sided matches in Korea.
Yeah, I mean, 7-5 is as good as it can get right now for MUYAHO, and it's not looking very great at all. They managed to find one as Kelly does get dropped, but it's at the cost of 2 of their own. And, I mean, now with everything blown wide open, this spike can go wherever it wants. It looks like they're going to be picking it up, likely rotating through the sewers, take it to the A site, where it's just Harry by himself to try to hold it down.
And now, already down 1 player here in a 4 versus 3. MUYAHO is strained yet again here. The Cypher is holding A, and B is covered simply by two scopes here. But they're going to, I think, pretty easily be able to just pop into A. And, I mean, really out of position here is the Omen to even get far back to the other side. So Chibob right now with the showstopper ready, knowing that basically this is where the Cypher is every time. And so Harry is no more with just 2 more players, Intro and Ghana, scrambling to try to get this spike that is just now planted.
Yeah. Just kind of needed to get that kill and hightail it out of there to try and avoid some of the damage, or just to, try and avoid getting killed by the showstopper, but just does not manage to make it out of there in time. Paranoia does roll through, but whether or not it hit Chibob doesn't matter. It either expired or it missed, and that's another triple for Chibob here, and who is looking better than ever.
Normally in Valorant, we're kind of explaining, the way the meta works in the first few rounds, and if you lose here, well, you can come back on a rifle round, or you can try to do a blind counter in round 2 to stop the pistol run. Now we're getting to the point where MUYAHO is broke. Bucky's and Sheriffs here. And this is where, it's a boot on the throat of MUYAHO here. If DAMWON Gaming Kia is simply playing like they were before and not overextending and not taking risks, this should be a straightforward closure to round 1. And let me tell you something. MUYAHO does not want to have to try to win 12 rounds in a row to go to the tiebreaker to come back.
Secret just going to be retreating out of this position. Didn't take any damage. Little exchanges here as the boom bot. Did get a little bit of a detonation onto Intro. Took him down to 37 HP, but luckily for him, he was able to get the headshot with the Sheriff. Eliminating Chibob. Not sure if he was able to recover the weapon, though. Wait just a moment to try to get spot on that, so it seems like no. There you go. So Ghana will be able to pick it up with the help of the dark cover.
Okay, a quick reload here in a 4v4. A quiet push into B. Once again, held by the breach in the Yeoman. There is a Jet. She's covering B Heaven, but she could easily come down and fire into B Hell as well. We haven't had as much attention in B in the last couple rounds, but I think this is a good mix-up here for DAMWON Gaming Kia.
It seems like this should be MUYAHO getting on the board. If they don't win this round...
Oh, it's hell.
Yeah, and it seems like all hope is kind of lost. Pushing out of the smoke, taking the shots. Intro manages to find 2. He's got 2 HP! And the cleanup is there. That's a thrifty round. That's absolutely huge for MUYAHO. They finally do get on the board, but it's so late into the game. There's just 3 rounds left, including the one that we're getting ready to jump into. And, I mean, DAMWON, having won 8 straight in a row, their wallets are lined. They have so much money.
Oh, I mean, yeah, their coffers are huge. I mean, they can really buy their way back into relevance with ease. But I'll tell you what, a big win, and maybe we have a later game streak here with MUYAHO closing out the next couple of rounds here and giving them, some shot of recovering here. I mean, you can already see with the score, DAMWON Gaming Kia already more than halfway there from winning the first map here. But let's see how they play this time around. Again, a very cautious opening here with the spike left back at Ramen.
It does slow them up a bit. I mean, they still do manage to lurk all the way up mid, just outside of Mail.
I think that Secret saw the shoulder there.
Yep.
Yeah, nice idea there by Secret. Basically saying, oh, okay, I see like your elbow coming here and you're peeking over and over. Maybe I can get a hit. Doesn't connect. And now we're going to have a gathering, I think, once again up here into mid. Smokes are coming down. They're going to try to come in through Heaven. The Yeoman's going to be bringing the spike actually through Heaven as well, it looks like.
Blinds avoided successfully there by Texture, but Buzz pushing through the smoke does manage to find one. Tailwind's back, and they're starting to read that the spike is going to be rotated through ropes over towards A. Showstopper's out. Oh, 10X, he misses it completely, sends it straight past Secret. Now the Neural Theft will come through. They'll spot Harry in the back of the site. The collapse begins to come in. Pushing the corner, who can line it up? It's going to be Secret in the end, gets the headshot. It only takes his HP down to 70, and this is catastrophic for MUYAHO.
A Sage Wall and an Omen Smoke locking them out from even getting in there. I mean, all they can do is shoot down the wall and then eventually come through oh so late. And I mean, really, the angles here are near impossible for MUYAHO. Let's see what they can do. Good luck.
Shiba, oh, he left just enough space so that he could slink his way through. There is the cleanup. 9-1. This is just utter domination.
This is pretty incredible here. MUYAHO is getting played in every sense. I mean, one round they won, I think, really came down to Intro having the angle with the Sheriff to get 3 kills in a row. And frankly, that was the most aggressive game from DAMWON Kia, and even that one was kind of slow to start. But what they've done so far is really just control the game and lead the opposing team into these positions that are unwinnable.
Buzz trying to turn up the pace, goes for it, but misses everything. Got a decent little crossfire going there, so Kelly able to save Texture's life, but then does give his in exchange. Damage traded out between the Rays and then, yep, there's just going to be the res. So back to a 5v4.
This time around, we have mostly floating in mid. Looks like they want to give B another shot. And, you know, there are some adjustments that have been made here. This time the Cypher is on the high ground. It seems like they really want to make sure they can preempt a push in from there. But in fact, it's going to be an attack into B here.
Okay, huge kills coming in from Intro. Covering Ghana, follows up for a third. Can't quite line it up. Was maybe looking like an ace if he could have gotten the spray down, but Secret shuts it out. Ghana pushing back on the corner, does manage to find one, and it's just Kelly with 3 HP and a dream.
Yeah, really no way Kelly could probably get out of this. Let's see what he can manage to take down with him here. He's going to come around, be picked off. Okay, 2 wins. I think the best we can hope for MUYAHO is to squeeze out a third one and then really start that uphill fight as they switch sides in the second half.
Yeah, that's all that they can really pray for at the moment, but the buys are still going to be there. You can see how much money that everybody here on the side of DAMWON has. So still going to be very much armed up. Ults, you know, across the board, fairly even for the most part, unless Chibop can get a, you know, an ult orb and a kill, get that Showstopper online. Looks like maybe it's going to be a fast hit here onto the A site. 3 stack over at B. Boombot to clear the ramp. Spray through onto Chibop. Oh my god, he just gets the lucky headshot. Catches 10X through the smoke there. It screens Harry, however, holds it down from the back of sight. Finds 3, looks for more.
We've got Harry reloading, waiting for the push around the corner here. Just Kelly and Secret remaining here.
Spikes over to the B site now from the shadows used. Got out of there before the aftershock could go off.
And
so the spike will get planted.
They need a win with this. Keep in mind, this is not something where you get the spike planted. It's going to give you resources for a later part. So Harry's scrambling to come back over here in a 2 versus 4. Can DAMWON Kia manage to clutch this? Secret going to edge in. Will there be anybody pushing through heaven? Here comes, it looks like all 3 right now.
Makes his way over towards Rafters, sees the fault line, knows where they're coming from, cannot line up the first shot. It all comes down to Kelly, who will fall. Buzz finding the other 2 kills. Heroics from Harry at the back of the site to shut down the fast push. MUYAHO do close out the last round of the half with a victory, but it's only 3 so far. And it's a very long road ahead of them if they want to come back into this pistol round. Oh boy. Get ready to nail your shots.
And I'll tell you what makes this maybe even worse for MUYAHO. They didn't get their wins until the end.
Yep.
A lot of times these teams that, you know, it does become close, the losing team was at least strong early on. Opposite story this time around. So DAMWON Gaming Kia, I mean, if they can just win the 2 pistol rounds and then, or the pistol round the next, and then get the rifle round with a win, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to get a win somewhere in there unless we have one of the most unusual best of 3s ever.
Yeah, I mean, 8 straight rounds to kick things off there for DAMWON before MUYAHO was able to get there first. And then a loss, and then 2 wins. Swapping over to the attacking side, I'm really curious to see how they are going to approach this, because I mean, you got to remember, like, DAMWON has this Sage. She can completely cut off, choke points and whatnot with the ice wall, so that can really slow the pace as long as she, rolls the dice, gets it correct on, what the angle of an attack is going to be. If they try to go for a rush play, it can completely shut that down.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, Sage, I think, is much more pronounced on defense on split. I mean, sure, the walls are pretty handy post-spike plant if you're the attackers, but just being able to mitigate circulation in the middle here and really force you to, if you're going to try to take shortcuts, go through sewers, man.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have to try to pilot around that. Because, I mean, obviously, you can just break through the wall. If she tries to toss that up, you'll be able to break the wall before a full rotation can come over. But there's also those slow orbs that you have to keep in mind while the Sage is just, potentially shooting at you. Pistols out, Buzz straight up the ramp. Manages to spot one, tries to clear the box. Texture does get smoked off, but still does manage to spam through, get a couple of hits as Ghana falls low. Man.
Just through the smoke.
As Ghana falls low, Ghana just dies. He gets the headshot with the Ghost. Very nicely done. Spike will get planted, but now 4v5. MUYAHO, can they defend?
Yeah, this is a tough one in a pistol round to come into these angles here. They're going to try to push through screens, but there's going to be some good crossfire set up there from the Jet all the way down, and then the Cypher around the corner here.
Pushing out of the corner, the Frenzy does manage to somehow get lined up, and Intro finds a collab with the classic. Kelly and Chiba both falling, and MUYAHO do crucially win the pistol round.
Yeah, and that's at least the start of what could be an insane comeback in this map. Good job there getting a spike plant and then securing that and basically muting the option of an attack down from heaven. Going into the next round, I mean, this is going to be the round where Spectres are going to be bought all around here for MUYAHO. DAMWON Gaming Kia, they may even go for a full save. And we'll see what kind of play they have. They don't appear to be setting up for any kind of a blind counter.
All right, again, fast hit. Blind is good onto the ramp, and Texture is knocked out. 10X just pressing through, gets around the back, finds Secret, and this is perfect for MUYAHO. This is exactly how they need to play. Hard and fast, they get themselves onto the site this time with 5 members left standing versus 3. 10X does fall. Ghana pushing the corner after shock. Not going to be used yet. Redraws his weapon, spots one, and the nade will finish him off, but it's okay, because Intro's here with the Bulldog holding it down.
But we expect that win in round 2.
Sure.
This is going to be the moment where DAMWON Kia can start the reversal here. They lost momentum in that pistol round. That's only the beginnings, though. We did see DAMWON Gaming Kia be overall extremely strong when it came to rifles, when it came to utility. But once more, this time around on the 15th round overall, the 3rd round in the second half, we're going to have what appears to be another push, perhaps just as quick as the last 2, into the A site.
Yeah, fully stacked up, still just 2 members over on that side. Taking their time. Looking to delay and keep it a little bit more ambiguous, but now smoke will come down. Camera spots one. Secret waiting out the nades before he starts to spray through. Takes a couple shots. The rotation comes in from DAMWON. Surrounding here at the A site. Spike getting planted in the back corner.
Ghana with that plant now. It's going to be up to DAMWON Gaming Kia to try to get in here and get that defused. 3 in heaven, 2 by screens. A very good spread overall here from MUYAHO, where there's a lot of angles that are going to have to be covered correctly if there's going to be any breach into this position.
Oh, pushing out 10X, unable to win that trade. Ghana does manage to find one. Harry finds another. Chibop blast packing his way into the back of sight, but Ghana finds another headshot. He lines up 3 on the round. There's the closeout. MUYAHO now within touching distance, just 3 rounds behind.
And think of the way this entire map has taken shape as far as round results go. It was DAMWON Gaming Kia going undefeated until they pretty much started losing every round after that. What a weird turn of events so far.
I mean, if you count the first half, this is a 4-round winning streak right now for MUYAHO. They win the last 2 in the first half. They come in here, They win the pistol. They win around, they win 13, they win 14, they win 15. They're just clawing it back.
Now that
It's a 5-round win streak, actually.
They still need twice the number of wins from here on out in order to catch up. But DAMWON Gaming Kia really completely losing steam. The wind pulled out of their sails as we go a little bit further here. This time around, the spike set up to perhaps be shuttled through mid. We have the Yeoman over here outside of B and Cypher, just making sure nobody comes from behind outside by A Sewers.
Just lurking, Boombot. Local get let loose. Slow orb comes through. Aftershock used. Buzz does not decide to spray through the smoke. Nade zones back Chibop for the moment as Ghana gets ready to corner peek. Fault line comes through, but Chibop tries to hold strong. Does manage to find one. Maybe they would opt in for the flashpoint, but instead go for that fault line.
Okay, again, hanging in mid. There's nobody around either corner here. The Sage Wall goes down. They shoot that down and then tiptoe towards zip lines. At least the Cypher does. Omen still hanging back at B Garage. We're going to have an Omen duel in a second here.
Eugene just has to pull way out of heaven. Intro. Oh, no! Completely caught. Trying to use the dark cover. Kelly finds one.
Just looking at his gloves.
That's the advantage. I have such pretty
These
hands.
gloves are pretty cool. They even got room for my long fingernails. And then he gets picked off. And now we've got the defenders closing in on the A site as Breach is ready to plant the spike just by Pillar.
Rolling Thunder crashing through defensively. Then the spike gets planted. One drops down.
Ooh.
Buzz spots that. Has too many targets though. Throws out a cloud burst. Manages to find Texture. Keeps himself safe. Here's the drop down coming. Finds Eugene. Now the push coming through. Harry scopes in for just a moment, and Ghana has the cleanup. A bit of a rough one there, but MUYAHO do win the round. Now within 2.
Buzz is so clutch back there, getting those kills, including the Sage that came down from kind of an awkward angle there from heaven. And the ability to just switch between all those different positions and allow the rest of his team to just carry it out, do the defense they need to let that spike ultimately not be diffused was just incredibly done.
Take another look at it. I mean, the cloud burst is just perfect. That bought him enough time. Otherwise, he would not have been able to get that peak to eliminate Texture. And we could have been looking at a very different round. Could have been looking at 10 rounds up for DAMWON. Secret playing here in the cyber cage. Spots one, and Buzz just not moving. So he's just, okay, I'll shoot you in the head. Ghana is there to make it a 1-for-1 exchange, however, so still going to be a 4v4. Eugene does not yet have the res. Now he has no life as 10X pressed up into heaven finds 2.
DAMWON Gaming Kia just getting dominated here as they're trying to get over to this spike once again. The same spots, some of the same positions even held here. They just know how to take this site and they know how to keep it. Now a 2v3. This might be the moment though MUYAHO has a chance.
They're trying to get back in here. So very close to bringing it within 1, and now they have it with a final kill coming out from 10X.
And one more win from MUYAHO, it's even. They've gotten that chance now. They pulled together, and I don't know if they're just going to ride this all the way out to 13 wins, and it's going to
7 in a row.
Yeah,
currently
it's crazy. And again, the first 8 games or 8 rounds, I should say, were all won by DAMWON Gaming Kia.
Yeah.
Everything else, with the exception from 1, has been pretty much a combo here from MUYAHO.
And this is just, the perseverance that you see at the highest level when it comes down to competitive play. If you were, and I know that everybody who's watching this and plays Valorant, you and I have played Valorant together.
Yep.
You get to a point where you lose 8 rounds in a row while just playing online and competitive, you're ready to throw in the towel. A lot of times in Korea, you'll see a surrender if you lose the first 5. So, for these guys to just be able to sit there and be like, no, it's okay, we'll get him in the next half, is just impeccable. Chibop, not fooling anybody. They go for the spray.
Yeah, and she actually stayed back there hoping that eventually the firing would stop and she could surprise him later, but they committed, got the kill immediately, and once again, another player bled off at the start here, looking like another strong start for MUYAHO.
Texture playing forward. Fault line does not connect. Wants to press up through this smoke. Great right click, takes out one, manages to exit safely, gets himself back up into heaven, and that is a man advantage now for the side of DAMWON.
This is a tricky spot now for MUYAHO. It looks like they may go ahead and try to just come back into into the A site. They've got the Omen drawing fire, but at this point in time, we always know the Omen is basically always at B no matter what, so not much of a trick there. But we do have our two players closing into A now.
Secrets here. He's waiting with a Bucky around the corner. They're not quite looking at him. Oh, man! Clip's kind of in the head, but it's not enough pellets. Dives out, push around the corner. Texture has the cleanup. Now it all comes down to Intro, who's currently making his way up through A main. And with 12 seconds left, he's got to kill 3 members. There's no hope of a spike plant.
Yeah, and it's just not going to happen. Maybe he can get 1 or 2, but this is finally going to be the 10th win on the board right now for DAMWON Gaming Kia.
Does manage to get 1. They want to take the gun away from him. He's not going to be able to win the round, so it's a thrifty victory here for DAMWON as Kelly finishes him with the Sheriff. Will be able to recover a weapon here. But DAMWON, they take another step forward. They separate themselves from MUYAHO just a little bit more, so now 2 rounds down.
Yeah, taking that lead early on and then beginning to mount it once more. Again, it was a lot of heavy lifting for MUYAHO to finally get back in range of equalizing this, but DAMWON Gaming Kia having that lead, at least that was a good cushion for them to try to recover, and it looks like we may be having that happen right now.
Yeah, really good opening there in mid. Without the plays from Texture, would have been looking almost certainly like another round victory. Would have been tied up 9-9. Instead, not the case. Buzz, it's always fun. It's,
yeah,
the little Roomba.
Roomba, yeah. So now we have, it's like a cute robot ghost coming out or something. So we have a 2-2 split here with mid under the control right now of MUYAHO. They're still debating where to go exactly. The Sage will wall off B, but that may make it tempting to just dive immediately into A.
Could be. I mean, Buzz already knives out, pressing his way forward to spam the ropes. Yeah, no ambiguity about it. They're going to make quite a bit of noise as they drop down here.
They made noise dropping down, and now they're just sitting here, so it's kind of an awkward spot.
They do have lion's share members of DAMWON rotated over towards that A side.
It seems like what they want to do is draw attention over there and then just sneak into B. Trick the other team, it tricked us, and it's going to work because B is going to be probably an easy place to try to snag.
Yeah, well, Kelly looking to make it a little bit more difficult, but 10X does have the rocket drawn out. Oh man, looks away at the perfect time for Eugene to peek from alley. Finds him, and now it is still going to be an advantage for DAMWON on the retake. 4 members alive versus the 3. Rez just to go ahead and make it 5. Makes it that much more difficult. DAMWON Kia hungry to shut this down. Rocket comes out. Bob just kind of offering a little bit of damage up onto himself. Intro finds 3, and he will get the 4th. Cannot get the 5th, but now comes down to Harry, and Texture only has 11 HP remaining. He's creeping around behind. He's up on the rafters. Drops down. Can he line up the shot? Oh, man. It was looking terrifying for a moment, but they will be able to close this out.
Such a nail-biter of a round. 10-9 now. Again, 13 wins, and you've won the map, but 12-12, and we do go into overtime. And I think the way this is starting to seesaw back and forth, overtime is a very real possibility.
It certainly is. I mean, this is MUYAHO's opportunity to try to go ahead and tie us up for the first time, as it's going to be Sheriffs and Bucky's out here for the side of DAMWON. But man, Intro, the heroics from him, almost getting that ace clutch. Blind's coming out, forces Secret back, another blind connects. Does not get the kill, gets jumped on.
And not bad shooting with the Bucky there. Now 3 versus 3. They're going to try to collapse in on A here. From every side is going to be DAMWON Gaming Kia. Screens, ramps, and heaven.
Wires being thrown down. Shibop lunging his way forward, doing his best buddy impersonation. Does manage to find 1. But now it's Kelly with a Sheriff. Gets 1. Yeah, clips him through the corner. Was so low. So still, you know, a very costly round for the side of MUYAHO. They lose out on 4 members, now have to repurchase those weapons. So they're draining the bank down a little bit, but it's tied up now. And the pressure's got to be on DAMWON. I mean, we're talking about mental perseverance, you know, being able to go down 8 rounds, then come back into this. It goes both ways. It's DAMWON being up 8 rounds and then suddenly having this reversal come through. You start really questioning your own play.
Yeah, some real psychological blows on both sides here. As it's been just such a difficult back and forth. It's not your normal you know, give and take as each team's trying to play catch up in the tug of war of all these rounds in a Valorant match.
10X finds an opening frag as the boom bot will just go ahead and start clearing out, but doesn't make it far enough into heaven. Just an extra clear with the paint shells. It's got to be careful. No Sage obviously here for MUYAHO and 21 HP remaining for this raise.
The spike is still far, far in mid, so although they have the ability to launch and attack from ramps here, they don't have the easy way to plant that spike.
That's unbelievable that Chubop does not get that kill. Great snap up, gets the headshot. Secret trying to creep down, and Buzz, despite having 11 HP, will manage to find that one as well. And this is looking like a surefire turnaround here for MUYAHO, unless Eugene can do something about it. Can't quite get the third. Ghana finishes him off. Fault line going to be chucked out, but they don't know where Kelly's at. See, he'll just be rotating through the ropes right now. Phantom in hand.
Should be an easy closer here from MUYAHO. I mean, Kelly taking out 3 players and defusing the spike, probably impossible. This is, I think, maybe going to come more down to, can you take as many players down with you as possible?
Does he check the right? He does.
Okay,
right as 10x just around.
1/3 of the way there, if time allows.
Ghana does have low HP, but the paranoia, it does manage to connect. Intro has been absolutely on fire.
Oh, this is some of the best plays I've ever seen from Intro. I mean, these fights that Intro is taking and the people he's taking down with him are completely changing the landscape of a round. Now MUYAHO taking the lead with 11 wins. There's not much map left.
No, there's not.
Yeah, round 22 here.
I'm feeling the OT.
I feel like it's going to be overtime, but I'll tell you what, man, it's just DAMWON Gaming Kia squeezing in a few wins here and there. Really, most of this in the past, 10, 20 minutes has been MUYAHO's domination.
Well, MUYAHO looking to keep that dominance as they go really aggro into the backside, but Texture is prepared. Right-click, strikes down 10x. Now they have to think better of this, but the headshot comes through. Intro gone, their clutch player eliminated. Ghana, however, manages to find one. Takes another out of the sky. As it all comes down to Harry. Secret, however, with the neural theft will spot him out. 1v2, the health slowly ticking up here for Eugene.
Ooh, taking a shot into the shoulder there. Secret and Eugene need to clutch this. There is still a lot of time available in this round.
Fortunately, the spike dropped in the back of the site, so no chance to just reroute over to B. Cyber Cage dropped in. Oh man, so close to just shooting through that little billboard. Manages to find one. Has to pull back. The dart is there. Draws it out.
Ooh.
Goes for another shot.
40 seconds. That's years in Valorant time here.
The dart doesn't hit.
Yeah.
Doesn't manage to get him with the cam.
Lands down, waiting for the peek over here.
30초 남았습니다.
Puts a cyber cage, but it's all just a ruse. He's going to be coming down here on the other side. Has him in the sights. Could have clicked on him. Fake plants. Is it going to be a full plant?
Oh, this is so risky. He actually holds it for the plant. Gets himself behind the map.
He's got the wrong ideas here.
He gets tagged up. Secret's got it.
Unreal.
11 to 11.
Unreal. I couldn't even believe he fully committed with the spike plant.
Yeah.
There was still enough time that I thought maybe just fake the plant, pop out, get the kill. But again, wall banged through and killed off.
Unbelievable. Tied up again.
11-11.
And we're still, I mean, the money not looking great for MUYAHO. They absolutely need to win this one if they're going to force out OT.
Yeah. So this is either going to be overtime or somebody wins 13-11. I've got my fingers crossed for overtime.
It certainly seems to be that way. Burst out. There's the flash. Buzz jumping up over the top of the wall, but has he gone too far? Nearly has 6 health remaining for him as he pulls back into mid. But they do manage to find a kill. Eugene, however, does have the res available. As Kelly trades one back before getting taken out by Intro. Texture capitalizes. A 3v3, but Buzz with just about no health remaining. Can they make it happen? The spike currently getting planted at default. Secret has already moved out. Game goes out, flash is flying. Secret clears the camera, pops the ping, gets the headshot. Harry gets dropped, pushes the corner. Ghana ready for it, managed to find one, but Buzz, the savior, can he pull it off? The res comes through and he just cannot get there.
Yeah, the gun is not out at the right time. The Sage will get the defuse. DAMWON Gaming Kia gets that critical 12th win on the board. It's either overtime or 13-11 with DAMWON Gaming Kia finally finishing off what they started on Split.
I thought you were going to say overtime or novertime or something.
Novertime.
Some kind of weird little pun. Oh, boy. Well, as you can see, money, not great. 2 rifles on the side of MUYAHO, otherwise Spectres and a Stinger.
So, I mean, this is not great. I mean, they really were banking on winning with the plant and then coming home with a strong finish, but this is still very doable.
It certainly is, but they got to be.
Same opening here as before.
Yep, they're going for it yet again. The boombot gets cleared. Pushing the corner, the showstopper is available, throws it on the corner. Tenex in the meantime with a showstopper of his own does manage to find Kelly off screen. That has happened there on B site proper. Spike currently getting planted, and this is looking so much better for MUYAHO to go ahead and take us into OT.
Okay, coming over here from heaven and hell. They're now down inside of the site. Ghana with the kill there on Eugene.
Great lurk from behind. Finds the Sage. So much less support now available as Tenex. He doesn't even take damage. Pushes straight through that smoke to find Chibop. Secret and Texture both do manage to find one, but then Texture gets eliminated by Buzz, and it's Secret on his lonesome with 16 HP.
Yes!
And we are going to overtime.
Hell yes! In one of the most dramatic matches we've had out here in Korea. It could go either way. Unreal.
It could technically go infinitely.
It could go on forever.
I mean, you and I were playing last night. We had that, what, it was like 4 overtimes?
Yeah, before it was like 2:30 a.m. and we lost, and then I'm like, well, I'll see you tomorrow, Seth.
It was like 17-15.
That's right. Yeah, this could just go on forever, Achilleos. There might be just...
I'll allow it.
It goes on for days and days, and then eventually they find a bunch of skeletons over here. two caster skeletons, a production crew skeleton. You know, what happened here? They got to go look at the records and go, oh my God, it was the longest overtime in Valorant history. Or somebody wins 2 rounds and it's over.
Yeah, that could also happen. Very much could. But man, I mean, what a turnaround from MUYAHO, just overall. The perseverance from them, and I mean, DAMWON as well, fighting back, tooth and nail, both of these squads, just neck and neck with each other. I mean, this is why I said this has got to be a 2-1 set. There's no way that this series, unless it's 2 maps like this that are barely won by a single team, there's like no way that this ends up being a 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, they're very evenly matched. That much is for sure. Tense moment here, just in the first map.
Yeah. That's only a slight reprieve here for the players as they get ready to go into OT.
By the way, I mean, the balls to go in with the same opening in the second round with worse guns and then to make it work is crazy. The Breach Jet combo, Breach flashing, Jet dashing in, them responding, par for the course with the Sage Wall.
I mean, Chibop needed to get value off of that showstopper, and it just did not work. It did not get the hit.
Yeah, they faked the jump over.
Yeah,
is the brilliant part of it.
Yep, the updraft just to create more distance from the explosion radius. Great stuff. Well, now, DAMWON. First on the attack, intro set up here on the side. Aftershock will delay a little bit. Cloudburst forward. He goes for the jet. He finds the snap on intro. Gets a second. He's looking for a third. He will get it as well. Blind comes out. He'll drop down. Push on the corner.
I think his purpose served, though, oh so well.
Oh, yeah.
It's just Secret now trying to come in here.
They know that he's in the garage.
Yeah, the mini games of trying to get benefits later on are all gone, basically. So Secret's going to try to will his way through this round. But right now, this should be a victory here. A pretty easy one for MUYAHO.
He's just wondering, how have I not hit this guy? How have I not killed Ghana? Another flash. He pushes through, but they just sprayed the cyber cage. And there you go, MUYAHO. You see Harry popping off.
MUYAHO!
That's their war cry.
That's their war cry. There's when people are screaming at home in their rooms right now into their monitors.
I think I read his lips, and I think I know what he said, but it's not broadcast appropriate.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say it's MUYAHO.
He said something.
I'm like, oh, that was Korean for MUYAHO. That's great.
I think he said something along the lines of "Let's go." There might have been an extra word in there.
Could be.
I could be wrong.
Could be. If you really think he switched into English and just said that.
I mean, I think that one transcends all
languages. You know what? I'm going to go against you. I'm pretty sure he said MUYAHO, but we'll see. Okay. Going into this now, we have the lead right now for MUYAHO. This time, though, they've got to defend A and B.
Oh. Boombot reveals that there is, in fact, at least somebody in mid.
And, of course, this is a very quiet opening here as they don't want to go into double overtime. So we're waiting to see where exactly is the push going to be. Now, A is only got the Cypher here defending. So, I mean, if they're going to attack in anywhere, at least for DAMWON Gaming Kia, they would almost hope it would be B. Making a lot of noise here in mid, but is this a ruse? Are they going to actually commit? Are they trying to pull some players out and then get some kills from there? Now, again, we saw them do this before where they hop down and then come back up through ropes.
And it looks like it might be a similar play again. That being said, it's a double fake by the look of it. So they go back up just to double, just to check, make sure no one's pinching from behind.
This is basically a round that complements an earlier round. And that's how these teams are so good, is the rounds build off of each other.
Secret just blindly taking a shot with the camera. Now spots him again as he toggles back through. Holds the corner, but Ghana's got the headshot. As 10X tries to hold things down from the rafters, will drop, gets himself tucked in the corner just to the side of screen. Spike now getting planted. 10 seconds to spare. Buzz just waits around the corner, and it's a chokehold here on the side.
Oh my God.
I think they've done it. Dash over the side. 10X is there. Shibot manages to trade one back, but he will fall, and MUYAHO, they get it in the end. Such a turnaround. The pop-offs at the table justified as they take this.
Those are the gamer alarms going off.
Like, yeah, it's 9 p.m. Get out of bed.
All right. We're ready to start this off, and who's on the attacking side here?
Right now,
it should be MUYAHO, right?
Yes, we do have MUYAHO.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Interesting. What is that? Hot hands over the top to start. Intro. Okay,
yeah, you just using the Boombot a different way over there. Okay, they're going to immediately be able to come in here and pounce on to B.
Need to get that kill. Secret, yeah, does manage to fall in the end, so Intro finding the kill before getting traded out by Eugene. Another very swift pistol round as the spike gets planted. Buzz just be swapping over here for the Frenzy.
This is an uncomfortable spot. Huddled up here into the B hall here. The Sova going to try to come around here. 4 versus 4. Still plenty of time ticking away on the spike. It could still be defused. Going to be hanging out with a defense outside over here by B-Long. Shots fired through the cloudburst here, but there's still plenty of players they're going to have to fight off.
Oh, they get the cam set up there. They spray him down, and that'll just be the closeout of the pistol round. So very swift, very well-executed start here from MUYAHO. You can see the set plays coming in. The Phoenix getting the hot hands lobbed into the back of Hookah to clear that left side and force a reposition if there was somebody there. And yeah, a lot of utility used up front that normally you would see saved for a spike plant like the Molotov and whatnot. So they just rely on clearing the site and being able to defend it rather than trying to go for these long lineups out from B long to get the Molotov on top of the spike and delay even further. So a lot of confidence being shown there by MUYAHO, and we should be seeing a similar level of it as we get ready to go into the second round after another quick pause.
Yeah, this break brought to you by these two teams that have to keep stopping everything.
Yep.
So I don't know if we're going to have time to get notified on what's happening here, but the countdown for the pause has not been set on here. And thus we wait. Now, they did take the first win here. I like that opening. I think they had a very good idea to come in there, take the entry point through Hookah, through the window to get down onto the ground, plant outside, and then hang back, and then force in a pistol round. I think especially it's smart to force them to come at you and kill off your camping team in a tighter corner. Then everybody tries to take different angles on a spike site with pistols.
Yeah.
A lot of times, pistol rounds are kind of funny like that because, I mean, there are moments where it's like headshot, 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 but a lot of times it's like everybody kind of standing and sidestepping around and firing, and I think trying to draw them into that, and then if they can actually win that, finally go back and defuse. Good play. Now, in the second round, I mean, this should be, for MUYAHO, probably another win. I mean, we'll see. Maybe there's going to be some great play or some blind countering at work here for DAMWON Gaming Kia. But MUYAHO, again, carrying that momentum, that victory in the first map, already into a victory on the first round.
Curious to see what DAMWON's read is going to be for the next, level of attack. We don't have much of a view as far as like what's going on right now. There's no setup at the moment for the side of MUYAHO, so we don't know where they're going to be attacking. So I'm completely talking out of my rear right now and just trying to guesstimate what could occur. But if they decide to go for another rush, just because they know that they're going to be outgunning, I'm curious to see if DAMWON is going to try to just full stack a site basically, and then try to go for a retake. Because most of the time you can basically write off winning the second round, but if you happen to coin flip and be stacked well on the correct site, so if they stack everybody over at A, ends up being an A rush, then it increases their potential chances of being able to win the second round and completely offset the economy from MUYAHO. So I'm curious to see if that's going to be the case, or if they're just going to be doing like a normal 2-3 split as we try to finalize the little details here and get everything up and running again.
Yeah, better they get this fixed now than have to suffer through whatever technical hiccups could occur here later on, in really what is such an important map, such an important moment here in this tournament for these two teams. I mean, it's so exciting that we've really kicked off competitive Valorant globally now. I mean, the world is really unified. There's content out there in all these different regions in the world, and this channel is really just a sliver of that. And you're now going to get to see really where the best teams are, where they fall, and you get to observe the different play styles, techniques, approaches, personalities even of those teams as we really begin this great story that is Valorant Masters here. But ultimately, we're going to be going to the Valorant Champions eventually. And these are two teams fighting for that moment. And with that fill time, we are 5 seconds away from going now into round 2. Again, MUYAHO has the win. DAMWON Gaming Kia trying to defend the spike site, and it looks like it's going to be a similar rush to before, at least in location, up to B.
A couple of taps here on a Harry will chunk him out to 72 HP, but yeah, much more slowed down conservative approach right now for the side of MUYAHO. Seems like they will just immediately reroute, say, okay, let's go over to A. And everybody is just about to pull off of the A site. We do have a stick around here from Texture. He's going to be the lone gun for a little bit longer. Gets his way back into U-Haul as MUYAHO spill forward onto the site.
Yeah, and now we have great usage of hot hands over there, flashing around the corner.
Yep, it's not quite there. Tries to set up for the shot. Bulldog in hand for intro. Molotov into the back. And that's going to stave off 3 members here for quite some time. Kelly actually takes a bit of Molotov damage there.
Yeah, the Jet is just around the corner, but it looks like Buzz should be ready. This should be one that Buzz can win. Gets the headshot there, getting the kill. And the only thing left right now is 2 players inside U-Haul. Going to try to come around the corner here to get the defuse, but it's not really a lot of time left here on the clock.
No, it is not. Decent amount of damage here on the 10X, but they push forward. They line up for him. And both being so very low, do fall. So MUYAHO, somewhat predictably, getting the second round with relative ease.
Beautifully done there from MUYAHO. Let's see what happens with DAMWON Gaming Kia here as they can rifle up. They can get the utility they want, as there's now going to be money in this game. It is important they win this round and the next few, because if we start to see MUYAHO start to streak like they did in the later half of the second round, it gets much, much, much harder to recover.
Yeah.
By the way, I love the in-game ads for this tournament and all the other tournaments around the world. I love fusing, the real world and the inside of the game together. So cool.
It's good. It's really good to see on the online play. I feel like for here, it's kind of like one of those ads where it's like, you are watching.
Yeah.
You are watching Masters Korea. Like, I know. It says it on the Twitch or the YouTube page.
I like it, though. I dig it. Okay, so Intro hanging back here in U-Haul. Aldrone coming around the corner. Intro relocating over here as the spike is ticking away.
Doesn't want to get darted, so does keep his position a bit of a secret here. Keep up finding one. Intro playing up over towards the spike. Just chunks at Eugene down to 18 HP.
Eugene in a world of hurt here. It could be done, but it's hard to imagine unless there's no bullets connecting to him. Okay, hold on.
Suddenly, 88 HP out on Buzz. Will manage to get the timing, pushes out, gets that kill. It's a nice round win, but still costly again.
But you can see right now, MUYAHO not able to hold their smiles back as they're really doing quite well. I think we're going to have another tactical pause.
Oh, goody.
Good. What I want, guys, is to only be in tactical pauses and talk to you. I get annoyed when they're like, okay, game's ready. I'm like, aw. I'm like, I don't want to cast Valorant. I want to sit around and fill time and Tactical pauses.
Loosely talk
Yeah.
around Valorant, not about
when
it.
I interviewed for the job, they're like, "Can you talk about Valorant?" I'm like, "Well, no, of course not. But I can talk during a tactical pause." And they're like, "You've got the job." They're like, "That's great. We'll put you with Achilleos." So I don't know what's going on with these two teams. We did not get informed by production. It seems like they think they fixed it pretty quickly, as we've only had a few minutes of downtime. But
Yeah.
odd to see in the second map, it's our fourth tactical. I keep saying tactical pause. It's just a pause. I don't know why. I don't know why it's a pause. It could be a technical pause. It could be like, I think there's something wrong, and they look at it and they go, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
But
you never really know. I mean, what's the in your mind? Like, what is the dumbest reason that you had an extended pause?
Well, I mean, for the early days, the early days, it was players. It was in StarCraft, but they would accidentally mute their sound. And you know, when you're hitting all these keys on the keyboard all the time, and you hit the wrong combination, the sound goes off, and then they freak out. And so this was happening almost every day, to the point where we would actually call it before they were telling us. So we're trying. Production's trying to get to the bottom of what's going on, and that'll eventually, hopefully, go up the chain back here to us, where we can inform you guys of what's going on. But again, quick fill here. I mean, we have win after win after win here to start things off for MUYAHO. I do believe it was DAMWON Gaming Kia that called for the pause.
Yes, I do believe so. So might be just, I don't know, having some weird little quirk with the game, but or maybe with just, you know, the PC itself. It's hard to say until we get some more information. We had one before with Wolf and I casting in Overwatch Contenders back in 2018, where I want to say we were in a pause for about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer than that, because
and they made you feel the whole time.
one of the players that dropped out. We took a couple breaks, but you know, like 5-minute breaks or whatever. So it was always like, and we're back, and we're still in a pause. You know, like that.
Yes, welcome. We haven't solved it. We're still here. The show's still going on.
So stuff like that, and one of the players that dropped out of the game, and it was like right in the last round in a mini best of 3 on one of the map types, and he dropped out of the game, and they were trying to figure out like why he can't reconnect, and they're doing all of this stuff. They do a full PC change. It's still not working. It's like, what the, what could be causing this? How is this possible? What's going on with the servers? It's because of a Windows update.
Oh yeah,
the PCs
the great enemy of live esports is the Windows update.
The PCs that they swapped out, both the PC that he was using and then the one that they swapped in, needed an update. So then they just had to run that. But then by the time that they ran the update, and then by the time they figured that out, ran the update, and then restarted the game, the lobby timed out. So the game got lost in the third round in a little best of 3.
Nice.
Yeah. So it actually had to be the one team contended to surrender, because they were. I mean, they were basically down and out. It was like almost unwinnable with a point where the game was out. But that was the first time that I think Blizzard ever awarded a win to somebody.
I don't know if I can top that. I want to try. I want to be like, okay, I'll give you one. All right, 2005.
This Linux update.
2005, solar flare hits Earth and we lose all power. And we're like, what are we going to do? How are we going to get power back on planet Earth? And then, you know what? We decided not to finish the tournament.
Yep.
So, guys, do us a favor. Get out there and let people know that this channel is pumping Valorant almost 24 hours. I mean, there's some downtime here and there, but by the time I get home from the studio, which is maybe like a little bit under an hour commute, almost immediately EU's on. They've got their show going.
Then you got North America following after that.
That's right.
You've got Latin America and Brazil going on simultaneously. There's a lot of Valorant. I believe Japan is also on right now.
Japan's on right now.
There's a ton of Valorant to watch. So if you have a wandering interest in the game, then feel free to wander
it's exciting,
around.
Within these siloed regions to see the behavior and the approaches to the game, and to really speculate, okay, who's going to come out on top?
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of different identity, for each region and in the styles that they play, and it's very much akin to League of Legends. If you look back to some of the earlier days there, where Korea was the ones that were the trendsetters, and everyone wanted to replicate Korea. They had all this dominance at Worlds and whatnot, and we're kind of seeing that to a certain degree. We don't know about the dominance yet, but we're seeing that with people taking set plays from Vision Strikers and whatnot, trying to play a more mechanical and cohesion-focused style. And yeah, so it's neat to see the different regions borrow stuff from each other and try to replicate success there. But we do have the game going again, so hopefully we can stick into this one.
I know, I've got my fingers crossed for the third pause. I know everybody at home does too. They're like, oh, that's too bad. They're just going to go back to playing the game.
Oh, no.
All right, so MUYAHO with a 3-0 lead right now. Spike looks like it could be shuttled to A, but B's not far away either, as it seems like there's just more like feelers coming out here for MUYAHO, seeing if anybody's going to poke out, overextend. And again, right now, this is a save round here for DAMWON Gaming Kia. We have Bucky's. It looks like one Marshall for Chibob, yeah.
He's holding that over at B long. Not going to be able to spot anybody unless he pushes all the way up towards Fountain. 10X. Not sure how he got that dart over the top.
Yeah, that was weird. Was that like a...
I think barely got him in the head.
What's that movie where they'd shoot the guns while spinning and make the bullets curve around? Yeah, that was what that looked like to me. And so we've got an invasion over here onto the A site, another typical spike plant, at least as far as location. Most of DAMWON Gaming Kia is locked out in the northern half of A. They're going to have to wait for these brimstone smokes to dissipate unless they want to try to dive through. And so they will eventually fade out. But this time around, they're going to hang back mostly in showers and A short.
Buzz creeping forwards, got two people to potentially worry about. Knows that is just going to be a leg check. Cloud burst, so does not want to advance forward. Sheriff around the corner could prove a bit deadly. Clears. Oh man, yeah, that shot comes through. Intro in the meantime does manage to find two over here at shorts. Looking for a third, he gets the headshot.
Intro
now it's all his Chibob.
Absolutely cracked in all of his games here today. I mean, the number of kills this guy is getting on his own and completely reversing any direction the defending team can have is insane.
Yep, bonkers. Just great performance, on the Omen in the last map. Now comes through with a Phoenix. Still continues to just absolutely excel.
It's going to be another 30 minutes of delay. Not kidding. Ha! Got you. We're back. Thank God. This is going to continue on.
Yes.
And we're going to resume this right where we left off. I believe the issues have been resolved.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yes, please. All of us, everybody at home, keep your fingers crossed. We're going to go onto the map. Bind. We were, I believe, in the 5th round.
Yes.
And MUYAHO's just been winning. We're going to find out if they actually can win 5 times in a row after this pretty long delay, to be frank.
Yeah, well, Blind not quite going to connect. The Hawk went in behind Buzz, so he'll jump out. Oh no, there's a double take. And as he throws the rocket, Chibop's already dead. Secret does manage to find 3. Hello. Lining them up now, looking for a 4th. Hunter's Fury does come through. One tap, and that will finish him off.
And right now, it is just going to be the lone Sky over here, just next to the entrance to window, as they're not quite able to get into the spike plant site. And it looks like it's going to be a great job there on the defense for DAMWON Kia, putting a much-needed win on the board.
I mean, they've had to have been hungry for it, sitting back this entire time, waiting for the game to resume, knowing that they were down. After 4 in a row, so they do finally manage to put one on the board. I was really worried there for a second that Secret was going to get clipped by his teammates Hunter's Fury, but he does manage to kind of dance around that. Or was that actually the enemies? I need to see the scoreboard, actually.
Yeah, we don't have the overlay up just yet, but right now, it's looking a little bit better here for DAMWON Kia. So we're going to go into the 6th round now. We just wrapped up the 5th. Again, we had a long delay here, but it looks like we're back on track and ready to continue on here in what is starting out to be a pretty quiet 6th round here, with MUYAHO opping the boombot and then getting killed by Buzz in the process.
Chibop throwing that cloudburst pretty deep in there. Does not cut off the line of sight and then cannot get the op ready to go. So it's a good early kill to come in from Buzz. So already going to have the advantage as they get ready to look for a site. We'll see where exactly they want to target. Spike's picked up and is currently lurking outside of Hookah, but obviously this could be redirected, and it seems like that is going to be the case.
Yeah, and it looks like they probably have their sights set on a push into A here. The Brimstone is ready with the triple smokes and the stim that come forward here. Coming out of showers, a headshot from Intro into Texture. As we're going to have a spike plant right beside U-Haul. And this is not going to be an easy one for DAMWON Kia here to stop.
Definitely not. Intro getting huge value there. They don't get the punish on the run it back. Ghana now finding Kelly as well. So an attempted retake. All on his lonesome. Secret up in heaven. That's exactly where MUYAHO is, you know, they want to send him here in just a moment. Nice spray through the wall.
So
gets the read there, finds one.
Wall banging Intro there, trying again to get a kill or two. This really isn't going to be a game where it will ever be a defuse on the spike, but any players they can take down with them in the round is going to be helpful.
Buzz with some uncharacteristic misses off the bat, but then we'll go ahead. See the opposite. Yep. Yeah, looks like he will go for the operator in the end, so wants to hold this.
Just juggling a gun forward for his teammate there. And now we're going to go into the 7th round here. And again, I mean, it's basically been MUYAHO rolling DAMWON Kia. Again, if you missed our first map here with these two teams, it was DAMWON Kia up 8-0 before the comeback started and eventually closed out in overtime, with MUYAHO clutching it and really pulling it together in a way we haven't quite seen in a Korean match. And now we're here in game 2. We had a 4-0 lead, then a insanely long bit of downtime here with technical issues being resolved. Now it's MUYAHO continuing this streak for the most part, being pretty dominant so far.
Oh, flash on the corner, but Chibop still manages to land the shot with the bucky. Getting rid of Intro, making sure that he's not going to have that pushing power like we saw in the last round out of Showers, replicated over here on B. So a good little shutdown on him. And Secret just continues to play forward. Seekers are online if he decides to let those loose.
We've got the Sky up by window, the Jet hanging back with the Bucky, and Sova over here by the B main window here. B main door, excuse me. And it looks like we're about to see the pounce onto B right now. Buzz going to have to clear out the left corner. There is a Jet over there covered, though, by... hold on, beautiful kill there. Buzz gets the kill onto Chibop. Secret takes out Buzz. Ghana with a kill on Secret, and Texture biting the dust as well. Right now we have a spike that is fleeing into the teleporter, rotating probably up towards Shower and into A.
Yeah, so 3v2 to get the wraparound here onto short. Pushing forward, they will be able to arrive pretty quickly, and that's going to be a very nice orbital strike to cut them off. Make sure that they can't move out of Showers yet. Give a little bit of extra presence, and Eugene does manage to take out 10X. Clock is running down. Bounce comes through Ghana. He does fall. The spike now on the ground. And there's the finish. Eugene very nicely putting them down with 3 kills in the round.
Yeah, nicely done. It was the defense on B, pushing them through the teleporters into A. And then ultimately unable to actually get that plant there. Good denial, winning the 2 versus 1 in a pretty impressive fashion. And again, I mean, DAMWON Kia is still hurting so far as we enter the 8th round, but if they can keep that up, maybe they can start to have a turnaround similar to what we had in our previous game.
Very well could be. I mean, who knows? Maybe even after all of the technical delays and whatnot, maybe we will head into a 3rd map. Maybe you'll come into my territory here, Tasteless, where we go towards midnight.
Let's do it. Let's see if we turn into a pumpkin in this cast out here in Korea. All right, so Texture going to send the boom bat out over there in through Showers. And it ping-pongs back into the other direction.
Yeah, constantly accompanied by somebody, the boombot as well, to just get a little bit of extra information. Ooh, Texture. Taking a nice, very chunky tag through the wall, blind. Does knock him down to 83 health. Heavy stack now over on the A site. 4 members are there for DAMWON, and the spike is being moved over through Hookah.
And we've got a little bit of creeping here in Hookah to see if we can have a dive through into the window, landing onto B. There's some decent setups over here, especially with the flash coming out. Let's see if that actually slows down the entry.
Ooh, Secret getting spotted. Nate goes out into the back, blinded. Buzz tries to get the shot, but it's actually going to be the Molotov from Ghana that does get the kill.
This is going to be a spike plant inside the tube here. There are smokes over by the door. And this is going to be a spike hold here from Buzz inside the tube. Everybody else hanging back outside of B-Log.
I was going to say, if he just sends the rocket through, we'll find one, but he takes himself out at the same time.
Not a bad kamikaze through there, getting the kill.
They would have loved a little bit more. Now Presence is here on the point. Spike gets pulled off of there for a moment. Intro finds one. Eugene does respond to Klein, eliminating him, but Harry holds it down here from long. They're still in onto the Spike. He's holding for the stick.
And it works. He gets it. Beautifully done. It's going to be 5-3, although I don't see the score coming up here. Excuse me, 6-2.
Wait, they actually
Wait, no, that can't be right. Okay, they fixed the graphic.
Okay, there we go.
I was like, I don't understand this game if that's the score. All right, so 5-3. And again, you know, you don't normally see a plant for the tube like that. It's a lot of times put outside. If you're hanging back by a window, if you're hanging back by belong, then you can fire into that. Unless you've got some kind of sophisticated molly you can get into there to then punish them for doing that. I'm a little bit surprised they went for that, since clearly the Spike defuse putting the win on the board for them and making this a much closer round or match.
Hawk forward, Bucky out. Ooh, somehow just doesn't quite land that kill. Buzz now getting his entry over here onto the site again. And I think it was actually a response of Buzz getting picked off by himself with the rocket. I think had that not happened, they likely would have played in the site, but losing out on that forward position caused them to pull back into long. Now on the corner, Buzz, they will spot him. Can't get the dart onto him though. He's in a very precarious spot, has to push out, feels the pressures. The Molotov comes in from behind. Eugene finds the kill. Chiba taking the dart out as Eugene follows up for a second. Now eliminating Intro. Hunter's Fury comes rolling through as they look for the kill. Texture will get the cleanup. And it all comes down to this lone Brimstone. Ghana managing to find two. Can he actually make it happen? Satchel up over the top. That's 3 kills now for Ghana. The Spike ticking away. Texture does get the kill. They tapped it up to half, and he will have the defuse.
That's so sick. Beautifully done. All these defuses back to back to back. DAMWON Kia again. Spike inside, tuber outside. The setups on the Spike planting side are the same as far as like where, for instance, the Brimstone's position, having some people hanging back and be long, but they're not able to finish it up in the last few seconds. And with a nail biter there, DAMWON Kia is once again a little bit closer to tying this up 5-5 after MUYAHO was so strong at the start of the first half.
Yeah. The clock ticking down. Looks like it's going to be another hard hit here, potentially, as the Trailblazer will move forward, will manage to spot him. It's that vulnerability out onto 3, but there's nobody to capitalize. Curveball around as they make their way through Hookah. Intro leading the charge. Will pop the ult. Running it back, pushing forward. They spot one.
Yeah, but get the kill. He's going to actually have his real form back there.
Secret's still alive. He's still sitting inside of the tube right now. Manages to find Buzz. Finally will fall to 10x, but that's an enormous amount of value for him.
All right, Harry still trying to push in here. This is going to be a plant over here on the other side this time around. Good showstopper there, taking that Intro. Texture getting the kill on 10x. Harry kills Kelly. Texture kills Harry. And now the defuse once again. We don't normally have this many Spike plants and then defuses that succeed back to back to back like this. And a funny map number 2 here. Also, it's always on the same site. This thing keeps happening again and again and again. They plant it inside, they plant it outside to the left, they plant it outside to the right. Are they going to try to find the Goldilocks spike plant, the one that is just right?
Just right.
Because these spikes are all getting diffused a bit too soon.
The recovery from Texture here was just beautiful to watch. Goes in, follows up for the 3rd kill. I mean, Harry was dead to rights no matter what, but he still does manage to tag in to get that final blow just to get that much closer to the next showstopper. So he already has 3 slices of pizza on his little wheels. We do get the UI back up on your screen. Just had to give it a little refresh, guys. So now we should be able to carry onward.
We're slowly getting all of our senses back as casters and observers here.
Yep. Well, Texture still holding it down, has already tagged up quite a bit of damage here. Onto Buzz, knocks him down to 42 as he was spraying through the wall. Tries to get the finish. He falls down to 9 HP. Texture now at 12. See, he wants to get that orb, but just cannot do it. Knows that it's just a little bit too risky. Any kind of wall bang or anything like that from the corner will go ahead and eliminate him.
And of course, you know, there's audible as well. I mean, they can be heard. And so then 10x getting the kill now on Chibob. It looks like, once again, it's going to be ultimately a rinse and a repeat here. So they're going to push into B once more. Texture with the wall bang on to Harry getting the kill here. Return here from 10x, taking Secret out as well.
Texture just continuing to hold it down. 4 kills. Can he find a 5th? Ghana creeping his way. Makes his way over towards elbow. And he has it! Texture! The ace comes through!
Another beautiful round there, but talk about a story of comebacks, not just on our first map, but this as well. MUYAHO, who was so in control, in such a flow state, is now behind.
Yeah, very much on the back foot.
We've only got one more round here on this side of the first half, so there's nothing in the future to play for other than points. So we'll see if MUYAHO can get a spike plant and actually get a detonation here. Otherwise, it's going to be DAMWON Kia up 7-5. It is something you can recover from. That's not a crazy disparity, but
I mean, given what we saw just on Split, you know,
yeah.
definitely can recover. But yeah, MUYAHO gonna look to at least make this a 6-6. Eugene for now, getting ready to potentially spam through U-Haul down short, and that's exactly where the spike is. Drone coming forward. We'll see the enemy drone. We'll just go ahead, pop through hookah. Yeah, sees one out. So Hunter's Fury will be used. Gets a single tag, needs to get another hit, can't quite make it happen.
And here's that Odin, spamming down through U-Haul, especially when you get to the late part of the first or second half here. You know, the Odin can be so strong in certain positions, just able to basically make a laser of, a beam of bullets that can't cross through.
Yeah.
And so, not surprisingly, another rotation over to B here.
Oh, G-Bop spotting one. Here's push from behind. Manages to find intro. Does take a little bit of damage through that smoke. Might not be ready for them to be this close forward. Tailwind's over to the side. Just doesn't quite have the bullets. And Ghana with this position forward here on the side. Manages to find 3 before getting eliminated. Now it all comes down to Harry in a 1v2. Trying to check the cub. He spots him, but he's dueling against Texture, and that's a very poor spot to be in. Texture will have the final kill as DAMWON will move up 7-5 in the half.
Nicely done here from DAMWON. It's very possible if they could play this well in the second half. We'll be going on to map 3, and it'll be Valorant all night for us over here. I gotta say, that pause, that break there, I don't want to say it's everything, but definitely we came in here with a different DAMWON Kia, whether it was tilting from MUYAHO or some time to really relax and reorient here for DAMWON
The Zen
Kia.
moment for DAMWON.
Yeah,
it would look like.
To come back 4-0 and then make the score 5-7, that's 7 in your favor, of course.
Yeah.
This is really a moment of true drama here. We had DAMWON Kia in the first map up 8-0, and then it became a full-on comeback, a back-and-forth overtime, and then MUYAHO clutched it. Now we have this early advantage from MUYAHO, and a similar reversal happening here for DAMWON Kia.
Is just the first half coming through. This is what DAMWON had selected, as Bind is MUYAHO's map pick. So now we have to see what's going to happen with this side swap and whether or not DAMWON is going to be able to have some really fast and well-executed attacks onto these spike sites to maintain their lead. They're currently on a 6-round winning streak. Can they keep it going? We will find out in just a moment.
We're going to go into the pistol round now. This time it will be DAMWON Kia trying to plant that spike at A or B, and we'll see how MUYAHO tries to stop that. Immediately, we're going to have a push up here through hookah.
It does get cleared out. Pulling back over out the window now is Intro. They'll clear the left side. As Intro rejoins in. Curveball is ready.
Now, this isn't a full-on push here.
Oh.
It looks like they may be just trying to clear out window. They don't have to commit. And it looks like when they get the kill, it will be the Brimstone picking up the spike, but then dropping it for a second as they're going to rotate possibly back around to A.
G-Bop, he's still sitting inside. He used the Cloudburst to try to fake a cross back through out of hookah. And he is going to sit here, maybe try to wrap around through the defender's spawn to catch somebody off guard or see perhaps if somebody was going to be pushing up to hookah. Either way, just playing it patiently, and it seems like they still do want to make the move here on to B. They've given ample amount of time for the rotations to come out, so there's the majority of the side of MUYAHO over at A at the moment.
A really elegant movement here to actually come in here and then seize that B site. Only a Sova out here inside of elbow. The rest of the team scrambling to get over here as we're going to have a spike plant outside here. Look at the one-way here with the legs to be shot just underneath that cloudburst. Now the brimstone smoke completely covering that area.
And Chibop taking quite a bit of damage through the smoke. Had already been tagged up a little bit. He does fall. Buzz finds him off screen, but Eugene manages to equalize. Texture pushing around the corner, gets rid of Harry, and it is all on Ghana. He's just got a classic right now. Spots one, but knows that he is in a dire situation. Dart comes through. He will clear that. Eugene with a re-peek, and the Ghost will go ahead and take his head clean off. And DAMWON, they keep it up. Pistol round goes their way.
Yeah, momentum building now. As we usually expect, the team that won the first round in a pistol round will probably take the second. This means it's very likely we're going to be bumped up 9-5 here as DAMWON Kia is getting closer and closer to that critical 13 wins. And MUYAHO still has plenty of rounds left to try to recover, to try to recuperate. But again, we're seeing a real a moment here where DAMWON Kia has caught their second win.
Yeah. Didn't see too many sheriffs opted into a shorty there for Buzz. As he does cheat forward, gets himself right against the wall, took a little bit of damage to get into this position. And if they double push, they should at least be able to make this a 1-for-1 trade.
Notice how forward the position is here for MUYAHO over at B. Coming into here, and a great kill there from Chibop, getting the headshot onto Buzz. The flash does come through as we have a full-on push into A with most likely a spike plant out here by U-Haul.
Molotov out the side just to cut off U-Haul. Harry will slink his way in there to try to wrap around from the flank, but yeah, they'll just drone forward. Texture just doesn't give a damn. Finds back-to-backs. Intro will get the right-click kill, but Texture comes in from behind to get 3 on the round. As DAMWON just keep pushing the envelope.
And now we move into the third round of the second half, the moment where MUYAHO can buy up rifles as well as utility and try to leverage the disadvantage that they have and start to gain momentum back on their side. But if DAMWON Kia can continue to clutch this, using their Spectres, in this case, a Judge as well, try to navigate the situation into a win, it may be an insurmountable amount of pacing here from MUYAHO.
I mean, but they're on a huge streak right now, our DAMWON, and MUYAHO absolutely need to pump the brakes. Mythic, or Intro, I said Mythic, look, reading it, Myth right there. Intro managing to find 2 kills. That is a huge turnaround here for MUYAHO. And I'm gonna crack that other energy drink. Somebody's starting to slip up a little bit.
Getting laid out here with these delays. I'm getting hoarse as well. You can see now they're going to try to possibly plop down onto the B site with another spike plan here, but this is not going to be easy. I mean, the numbers are thinned out here. It's a 2 versus 4. Eugene at 50 HP. A completely healthy position right now for MUYAHO, unless they overextend. A push through elbow could catch 10X off guard. He's going to back up, turn around. Doesn't see anybody there, but he could still be surprised as they may pop around the corner.
Well, there's one. Can't quite line it up, so Kelly does manage to find the kill, but both having taken damage now need to be careful. Need to try to somehow secure this site. That's going to prove increasingly difficult for them. Ghana playing forward on the corner. Gets the angle, manages to get them both. And they have finally stopped the bleeding just a little bit. MUYAHO putting another round on the board after a huge streak from DAMWON.
But I'll tell you what, I think that was a moment where you could really see DAMWON Kia and how crafty they were at a disadvantage. They didn't just go for it. They didn't just willy-nilly plant the spike. They tried to do a little bit of lurking over there, when the smokes are out, try to get a kill in elbow, maybe even possibly rotate to another position, but they were hit there at the very end. A lot of this is where it started with Intro getting the multiple kills in a row, thinning out the team and putting DAMWON Kia in a difficult position.
Well, a very nice round victory for them. As Buzz, needs to pull way away from there. Intro getting saucy, comes in, managed to find 2 through the cloudburst as well to get the follow-up on the Chibop. Now he'll just snap back over towards the B site to try and pull off this defense as they play out of garden with Harry. Texture moving forward. Creeping up towards the side of the Cyber Cage. Ooh.
I think that the Cypher hat poked out there for a second, and now this nade is going to chase him away.
to get the hell out of Dodge. Does manage to escape with his life intact. The rest of the team still uncertain if there's going to be a change up here. They didn't see the spike yet, but now Kelly arrives, does manage to cut a few down.
And this is certainly a game where MUYAHO should be able to win it. We're going to have teleporters used over here in a rush towards Showers. There is a Brimstone ready here. He's going to hang back in A and possibly get a surprise kill over here when the spike is going to be planted.
I really like this move from Ghana. He rotated out. He predicted that this was going to be the rotation. Now has the Molotov, throws that down just so they can't really advance over towards him, keeps them contained on that side of the site, so Buzz can go ahead and clean up the final 2 kills. So now 7-9. MUYAHO starting to run this back.
Yeah, evening this out is a realistic possibility. You know, DAMWON Kia, they did have some pretty strong plays for a little bit, but you can see MUYAHO really finding their stride. This is going to be a forced save round here for DAMWON Kia. They're going to go, it looks like, stacking up on Sheriffs.
Yeah, across the board. Just going to be having the Sheriffs come through, top up on the utility. And see if they are prepared to deal with this defense here from MUYAHO. Blade Storm is out. Chibop advancing forward. The blind goes in to U-Haul. Does eat that a little bit as Buzz is holding it down here from this box. Boosted up. Throws the Boombot out. So they know that he's going to be there, obviously because of the tailwind up. Extra confirmation as the Boombot gets destroyed. The rest of the team creeping over into Hookah. Spike still on the ground.
Oh, no! Jump scare! Chibop gets the kill on Buzz, gets the reload on the knives, creeping in through U-Haul. There is a Brimstone around the corner, but it's not clear that they really want to commit. We're seeing more and more movement over here as a dive through the teleporter. Everybody gonna come dive in on B right here, right now. And it's gonna be the rest of MUYAHO trying to come around and trying to deny the spike plant.
Ball going through, doesn't really catch too many members on the side of DAMWON, but Harry and Intro are just ripping him apart. They
shredded him. Completely insane. Easy defuse, and really only losing the Buzz. And if you're going to lose anybody on your team, it's oftentimes going to be the Raze. She's diving in there. She's out in the front, dropping Boombots. And so that could not have gone better for MUYAHO unless they were, I don't know, somehow to stop the spike from being planted before it started. But right now, 8-9, it could go either way. We could easily have another overtime, Achilleos.
We absolutely could. And, you know, at this point, we've had all of this anticipation because of the technical delays and whatnot, and I kind of just want it to go on more and more. You know, even though it's going to be late into the evening, I know that you have to be back here tomorrow to go ahead and cast again. But personally, I'm gonna get after all that build-up, I want some increased tension. You know?
Don't worry, I'm ready. I got my sleeping bag here. I'll pass out underneath the desk and wake up and cast the next day of Valorant Masters here.
A true gamer.
Texture coming out. He's got the showstopper ready. The clock is running out on that, though. He's gonna have to shoot that somewhere.
Yeah, was darted, just lobs it back over towards elbow, but it's a lot of respect given, so 10X pulled all the way back into the corner, into the joint, if you will.
And now we got Chibop lurking over here inside of the tube here. The area is smoked up, and there's not a lot of time left, but, you know, this is a narrow area. Great moment to use Hunter's Fury.
Buzz got 2 with the showstopper. Now it's going to be the Neural Theft coming through to spot them out. Intro getting some eyes. The box not quite there. It's on your left. Will manage to get up into Hookah now. The orbital strike goes out to buy a little bit of additional time. Eugene finds one. Texture going to be cut down. Intro, 28 HP. Kerbolt gets chucked out, doesn't manage to find the blind. Kelly with no Molotov and Eugene holding strong. They know that this is going to go off, as does Harry. He's going to hightail it out of there, and DAMWON Kia will put a 10th round on the board.
Spike takes no victim in that round, but it does put that 10th win up there. As we've had finally a successful B-site plant and detonation. We've had many defuses over there throughout this this battle between these two teams.
Well, MUYAHO looking to bring it back. 2 rounds down. Had a decent little streak going there. 3 rounds in a row before the turnaround does come through. Can they get the swing yet again is the question. Guns still here for them. Still do have the full buys for this defense. Trailblazer forward into U-Haul. Not going to be able to spot too much. Chibop Still being wary. Let's make sure that nobody moved in on the back of their initial scout. Hawk goes through. We'll advance and see that it's clear.
This is going to be a tricky moment here for MUYAHO. They're going to try to inch in as the smokes do dissipate, making an opening for them to try to come in. A lot of the team is hanging out in U-Haul right now. They are really confident that they're not going to get naded, that there's no opportunities here for like a showstopper, for instance, to come in and get him, and there's not. But they're going to have to be very careful.
Oh, intro. Goes ahead, pulls back, gets a little bit of damage in. Thought maybe he was going to have that kill. Doesn't quite happen, but Harry will find Eugene. Shibop's still going to be holding here in U-Haul. The dart does not connect. Here comes the push, and they just spray him down one after the other. Stepped into the shooting gallery. Did the members of MUYAHO. Now Kelly finds Harry. 10x drags one back. Gets the headshot, and it's Texture with 33 HP to pull it off, and he does. 3 kills on the round. DAMWON take another step towards map 3.
And this is getting insurmountable here. You could see DAMWON Kia really clutching that, especially when it came down to just the 2 players on each side. Ultimately picked off here, and DAMWON Kia getting to that coveted 12 wins. That's just 1 round away. We're going to have to see MUYAHO really pick up momentum here, as they're really not allowed to make any more mistakes from here on out.
Definitely not. And this is already going to be such a tough round for them. You know, they were basically all in there. Try to stop DAMWON to get that next step forward to get to that round 9. Chew up with the judge. Oh, little does he know.
Oh my God.
Little does he know. If he had just shot, now they will know. He dashes through, gets the headshot. Secret picks up Buzz, and DAMWON are looking to secure this 12th round. Guarantee them at least OT, if not just the map win. They advance forward, the rest of the team slowly slinking up. It's going to be a deep rotate around from behind from intro as he makes his way through the link over towards short.
Outnumbered, outgunned, outpositioned. This is such a difficult situation right now for MUYAHO to try to come in here and dismantle.
Oh,
I mean, it looks like it's starting to fall apart pretty quickly here. Just 2 players remaining here for MUYAHO.
Intro finding one, but that's as good as it gets. Harry with the Guardian. Can he pull it off? The answer is no. 12 rounds on the board. MUYAHO, they need to win 4 straight in order to take us into overtime.
The question is, can MUYAHO do it? I think it's possible. It's going to be very difficult. They've had these moments where they really do catch their second wind, where they really do streak it forward here. But again, DAMWON Kia seems to be innovating. They seem to be improving each step of the way. And this is a lot of rounds in between then, where I just have to imagine that DAMWON Kia is going to pick up one of these, right?
It seems so likely. It seems like that map 3, after all of this time spent waiting to get into the rest of this map, should pay off in their favor. The Trailblazer going to at least let them know that there's one over to the side. They'll clear back sight with the nade, tossing that out into labs. Chibop makes his way forward. Spike's still going to be brought in through Garden. Chibop has to pull back. Tagged up by the L-drone. Intro just trying to spam through. Unable to find too many hits. Now the spike getting planted. Gets a couple of shots in. Orbital strike will further delay the plant.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of making this a little bit more complicated to actually finish the task, but it is planted, it is set up. There is a decent angle over here from MUYAHO, but they're going to have to push through a lot of collateral to try to get into this position.
Oh, 10x almost getting tagged up there. They push forward. Chibop dropped. Harry managing to find 2 on the round. Secret takes out 10x. 2v2. An operator in the hands of Buzz. Secret goes for the blind. His head gets taken off. Now it all comes down to Harry in a 1v1 scenario. He finds it. 3 for him and a defuse. MUYAHO not backing down yet.
MUYAHO taking one step of, honestly, what is not that many more to tie this up 12-12. Could have gone either way. We saw the Cypher back there. It managed to pull it off at the last second. But what a close match. I have no idea what's going to happen next.
That evens up the playing field considerably now for MUYAHO, and it all will come down to execution and aim. Chibop, uncertain what he's got on him at the moment. Did make a couple purchases. Just hovering the classic for now as we get ready to go into the next round. Huge plays from Harry to keep the game going.
And right now, you know, DAMWON Kia knows that MUYAHO could do this again. They've got to be patient. Up shot misses.
The paint shells will buy him a little bit of time. Might have to go ahead and maybe blast pack over. No. Cloudburst will give him a little bit more of an opportunity to go ahead and escape, so it does manage to pull back over to the site.
So a lot of action over here, but nobody actually taking any damage so far. Spike could go to A or B. It does look like the Brimstone is going to be inching in here towards the B site, but as that's happening, it looks like we're going to have the Brimstone on the other team come in here as well. So it could be a pretty tricky plant over here on to B.
Texture does get spotted, just lets that showstopper go. Will not be able to find anything. Hunter's Fury cruising through as they try to find a hit. Does not manage to do so, though. Once down, Chibop holding close.
Once again, MUYAHO going to try to come in here, but I mean, they've got this area pretty well locked up. A flash comes in.
Oh, Tailwind to try to throw him off. He does manage to get the right click off, but the kills are very much in favor of MUYAHO. Kelly barely alive, half HP now. Eugene, without the ult, will manage to find one. Still got 3 members to cut through. The shock dart will finish him off. MUYAHO. They get another one.
It's happening! 10 to 12. Another defuse. Will we have another spike plant attempted at B? I don't know. This has been one of the more dramatic B site bind maps that we've had here. I mean, a lot of times in Korea, it's A, and occasionally they mix it up into B. But this time around, I mean, I would have to imagine we're going to have maybe an A site plant. Let's see here. As far as finances go, you know, you can only lose so many times in a row before you really start to hurt.
Yeah. Well, weaker guns here for DAMWON. They have this slight little buffer here with one more round before MUYAHO tries to take us into overtime.
MUYAHO has the utility. They have the guns they want, and they are playing the end game that they need here if they're going to tie this up.
Yep, they're quite well stacked. Oh no! Scopes out for just a second, tries to get the right click, but Kelly is there. Finds him. Could this be it? Has it all unraveled. Still managed to get quite a bit of damage now onto Eugene. Knocks him to 47. He does have that AWP, however, for the defensive positioning.
This time around, the Jet actually pushing, gets the kill on the Cypher.
Just 2 members left. The orbital strike cutting them off back towards the spawn. They'll start to advance forward. Chibop just holding on the other side of the smoke. Decides to push forward. He's feeling it.
Chibop just lurking by the smoke.
There's one, looks for it. They spray him down. The flawless round for the end. DAMWON will be able to close out MUYAHO's map pick of bind. And Tasteless, you know what that means. You get to experience Icebox for the very first time.
Get your... All right, we're ready. Let's go. We've got...
no stats.
We've got no overlay yet. But we've got a good shot of the map here, and let's see what kind of game we're gonna have. We don't get a lot of games on Icebox in Korea. It's a commonly banned map.
Oh yeah.
And so we're gonna have an A push here to start things off. It is gonna be DAMWON Kia here pushing the spike into the A area. The Sage Wall does come down to block this off, but immediately 3 smokes come down here from the Brimstone, and the push continues on.
Yeah, a lot of damage already out on the Secret. Falls down to 37 HP. Only 75 here for Buzz. So definitely getting the better of these exchanges. Shooting through the smokes as the plant comes down from Chibop. Solid entry so far, nobody lost.
Yeah, the spike is basically over here at the defending side. But it's not an easy angle to actually confirm that you're going to be safe. Look at the small crack made inside of here. They're going to try to get the confuse, walk in there, get the headshot. Once again, Buzz going to try to defuse once more. But one by one, you can filter in the attacking players, getting the kill, getting the delays, and possibly winning the entire round.
It's an absolute cluster here, but it's gone and left all in his lonesome, and DAMWON very much living in the chaos.
What a cool strat that is.
Just, I mean, wild.
Yeah, make the wall there, and then it's opened up like it's a mouth missing a tooth. And then you have enough smokes in there, you kind of one by one walk in and get a headshot during a defuse. Obviously, in the process of defusing, you're down a player. And so in a pistol bout, that's going to make it a little bit more complicated, a little bit more difficult. Pretty sick stuff here from DAMWON Kia. We expect if the first round is won by a team, it should be won again in the second time since they do get the points, they do get that boost. But let's see what kind of approach is going to come here from MUYAHO.
Yeah, not going to be seeing any kind of forces coming through here, so we'll still just be operating with pistols here. already. The 1-for-1 exchange. 10X coming out quite large with the classic. It's the headshot.
All right, Boombot comes through. They're not even going to engage it, not allowing that to actually give any additional intel. And an abandoned run here from the A site to B. It seems like MUYAHO has a pretty good finger on the pulse as far as behavior on the side of the map. They can't quite see. They're going to fill in this side with 2 more players in what is a 2-2 split here. But this is not going to be an easy defense here on the B site.
It certainly is not. I mean, everybody's got classic so far. Once they get the read that this is going to be a rotate over to B, they could pick up Cheapop's gun to try to get themselves, you know, a better opportunity for a potential retake. I don't believe it was recovered, though. It's going to be a long rotate now as everybody tries to get back over towards the B site. 2 situated here at green.
Note the angle of the spike. It's easy to get close to, almost impossible to defuse, as we can have attacking side players pop out one by one and take their shots here accordingly in that bout. We see Intro gets the kill on Texture here. Only 2 more players remaining here from MUYAHO.
Yeah, Cali manages to find Intro. They'll spray through the smoke, get the kill. 2 shock dart kills as well found there in the round. So very nicely done by Eugene. But DAMWON, somewhat predictably, do manage to close out the second round. And they start things off on the right foot forward. Now it comes down to the defense here with the rifles in hand.
On Icebox, where penguins and snowmen can live together in peace.
There's also a giant worm somewhere.
Oh, there is?
Yeah. There's,
now, did the penguin make the snowman? I don't know.
Did the snowman make the penguin? Which came first?
That's true. The penguin looks like a doll to me.
This is
it's very cold and frozen.
You know, the classic penguin or the snowman.
I know. It's where did it all start? So DAMWON Kia here, they're going to be in a difficult spot as MUYAHO has rifles this time around, and they're still relying on their Spectres. So watching this game, we really need to see, can this disadvantage then be leveraged here for the defending side?
Extra little bit of smoke just going to be thrown down here from Ghana. Worth mentioning, quite a lot of juggling going on because of this map in particular. They need to bring the stage into the mix. So that falls to 10X, which means that Intro ends up on the Sova and Ghana on the Omen. So there's a lot of role swapping here for the side of MUYAHO.
A quiet push comes in here towards A, but they're going to have to break down the Sage wall unless somebody boosts over it. And so this basically gives away the commitment to this position. A shot from Buzz takes out 2 players. Cheebomb and Secret are gone. Kelly killing Buzz off as the rest of the defending team scrambles to come in here and try to handle the situation.
They do manage to find 10X, though. Swap out of the gun. Phantom in hand now for Texture. As the spike starts to get planted here on the corner. Rebounds a little bit. Harry makes his way into the back, tries to outduel him, cannot do so. Kelly taken down off screen as he poked around the back of the site. 11 HP remaining here for Texture. Sees that cover fly through, holds the corner, tailwinds away, the push comes in, Eugene catches him in the legs, takes out his lower half, and that is going to be the round. Again, going the way of DAMWON, and I mean, this is a snowball effect, you know, not a pun or anything intended here, given the map. For DAMWON Kia, taking out the rifle round, the economic offshift here for the side of MUYAHO is going to be catastrophic.
Yeah, you know, the buy-in hard when you're behind in the 3rd round, but losing that makes you hit bottom, and this is where the decision-making becomes particularly difficult because you've basically failed 3 times in a row under 3 very unique situations. So we see a Bucky bot here. We'll probably have Sheriffs as well.
Yep.
Maybe a Bulldog. We'll find out in a second here, but they do not have good weaponry to try to take this situation. There is going to be a push in here, but immediately the only defender, Ghana, is kicked off.
Yep, that's going to call for the full rotate. 3 members getting ready to come around from behind through green as Eugene just holds down the angle. Spots one, manages to get the spray. The tailwind for the updraft. Buzz manages to get the right click, but Kelly is holding down the long angle. Finds a kill. The Secret gets himself boosted up top. Now just 2 members to deal with. And there you go. Both of them falling. DAMWON put another round of victory on the board, as MUYAHO is desperately going to be grasping at straws to try to stabilize.
DAMWON Kia starting to look a lot like our first map that we had in this best of 3, but I think they've learned from what happened in that first map. They're not going to allow this team to try to recover. All they need to do is keep them oppressed, keep them down, keep them debating, okay, do we save guys? Are we going to try Buckies, or what's the plan? And when they do buy back in, smash them even harder.
Yeah. Well, 2,000 team creds at the end of this purchase is not a good look for MUYAHO. So again, you know, just a must-win situation, or else it's just going to continue to slip further and further as more rounds will get racked up. Trying to rely on going for any kind of thrifty victory is not a way to play the game.
Now this is one where you know, there's a lot of utility here from Killjoy onto A. With that, what they're doing, look at the wall. They've set up the spike outside of the Sage wall. I think they're trying to. Can they actually get it?
Yeah, they can get it right on the corner.
Just on the tip of that, and then it's a lot of heavy lifting to even get access over there. And we saw this in the pistol round. Obviously, the dynamic changes with rifles and a lot more utility available here. But this is going to be hard. This is a spike plant where they're not trying to dominate A's presence, but hang back and poke out.
Oh, Secret, oh no! Tries to go in with a showstopper. Rez does come out from Chibop, bringing him back into the fight. Push up over the top, Gana finds one, intro. Pushes Chibop, gets the kill. Orbital Strike will finish off 10x. And it's just Eugene left alone. Hunter's Fury crashing through, will get rid of Harry, but he knows that the last charge isn't going to be enough to kill, so has to try to go for a different angle, but it's not going to work out. Intro will find 4 kills in the round, and MUYAHO will finally put themselves on the board.
And this keeps happening with Intro. These moments where he just gets insane and mows down an entire team.
The kid is cracked.
The way this guy is able to not just get the first kill, but eventually turn the spray and transfer it to the rest of the team is something else.
Yeah, he's just absolutely wonderful. If you guys haven't been following him on Twitter, he posts just some incredible stuff from his solo queue games, from other perspectives of players, from their past matches where they were being held offline and we didn't have the replays ready to go for them. He is very, very good. It's absolutely incredible. Great shot though from Buzz to go ahead and shut down this push. Texture is feeling a bit saucy there with the Blade Storm, and now we'll just lose it.
Eugene firing a shot in here. The spike is for the first time being laid back over here outside of A. As you can see, it's not very clear for DAMWON where they want to try to push in. They are losing players on different edges of the map, and they're going to go ahead and try to just commit into the A site here now.
Wall comes up, and it's kind of making it across there, but Chibop ready. So it does make it a little bit closer. Hunter's Fury comes through, but Spike still planted. Intro, yep, looking. Can't quite land the hits, though.
Yeah, they may try to come around from the side up into heaven. Again, a very different approach here, but a lot of the same ideas by having the presence of the Sage Wall here to run the clock a little bit further and make it diffuse that much more impossible.
Oh, Eugene goes for the peek. Buzz comes out, capitalizes in onto the spike. They want to get that up to half. MUYAHO looking decent now, as they will be able to hold this to half at least. He's just going to be sticking for it. Pros don't fake, comes off of it. Buzz actually gets the shot with 12 HP remaining, and then closes it out. Huge play from Buzz, whipping that shot, rounds over.
Insane moment, getting the op kill. On paper, you would expect it to maybe go the other way as the player encroaching in on the diffusing player with the rifle, maybe gets the kill, but that's going to put the second one on the board.
Do we have his view? We have his view. Oh, thank you, Korean.
Oh, yeah.
He no-scoped it, too. I thought he quick-scoped in. He just said, nah, screw that.
Yeah, he's like, no, it's fine. I'll just put his chest in the middle of my screen.
Oh, my God.
7 is our round. It's close here. I mean, there's absolutely possible MUYAHO can take this momentum and win a third round, but again, some of these A-side plants are absolutely terrifying here from DAMWON Kia.
They are. Oh, Buzz pulling back off the angle, and Chibop re-peeks. Buzz says, thank you very much. Spike hits the ground momentarily as he relocates, trying to find somebody over at Belt. Has a suspicion that there's going to be someone located there. Secret, does he reveal himself? He does for a moment. The flick not going to come through. He safely pulls back over towards the attacker spawn.
And this is really one where DAMWON Kia is testing the waters over here, trying to find an angle to come in. Ghana going to pull away, actually, from the B site, unfortunately, as entry is occurring here from DAMWON Kia. They're going to tiptoe further forward here, but it looks like their Omen is going to be able to meet up with the Killjoy and maybe even with the Sova. There's a lot of ways you can defend B. It doesn't have to be through that narrow hall. You can hang back and set up different types of positions. But the smokes come down here from the Brimstone, and that's going to allow probably an easier spike plant over here on the edge of B.
Ghana waiting. Paranoia is ready.
30초 남았습니다.
Tries to play this one out a little bit more patiently. Paranoia now going to come flying through. Gets the wall bang. Kelly eliminated. Eugene gone as well. Spike in pretty much an unrecoverable position now as Secret will manage to find one. I say that, but Texture is still alive. He's the only one there.
Texture fakes the sound effect of the spike plant.
Sees
comes
one.
forward.
Can't get it though. Very nicely done. MUYAHO on a tear.
Yeah, looking good. I think particularly with the Omen getting the shot, wall banging, the spike planter, I believe it was the Brimstone, getting the kill. And from there, it's a funny position because now you're just defending the spike on the ground and stopping them from picking it back up in that role reversal. So beautifully done. We're going now into round number 8, and the momentum is gone here from DAMWON Kia.
I mean, it's fully shifted. DAMWON, they need to do something pretty soon. Bladestorm's up from Texture, so looks like he won't be purchasing a rifle. We'll just go ahead, open things up with this. Drone forward to begin. We'll see if he can find a solid entry now onto the site. The operator is not here at A. It is in mid. It's starting to get rotated over. He'll come through. Ooh, saw that barrel of a gun for a second. Does manage to find the headshot.
Yeah,
Happy feet for a second there from 10X, but can't quite avoid it.
Big reset on the knives there. The spike is ready to be planted over here in the same spot. They like recycling this strategy, and I think it's not a bad idea here, but the Killjoy can use her utility to try to delay it, to try to buy some time. The wall has been chipped away at now.
Okay, well, lockdown used.
Oh, man.
Intro from the back. Yeah, the lockdown was instantly destroyed. Didn't stand a chance. Buzz finds one with a Bladestorm of his own. Pushing around the corner. Intro spots him. The right click does not connect. And MUYAHO will go ahead, win another one. 4 in a row.
Yeah, it started out so
4 in a row, 4 in a row.
4 and 4, these guys never that back and forth, only in big swings, really. But yeah, you know, getting that spike plant and then having the ability for everybody to also be able to defend from behind is important. Intro coming in there, patiently coming across the backside of the map, getting the kills, getting that high ground position, and then causing chaos there, allowed for that easy spike defuse.
The blade swap into the frenzy for the finish. And the defuse, MUYAHO tie us up 4-4. The tension is quite palpable.
Yeah, well, this could go either way, and I mean, we're so deep into this tournament. You want to win this so badly. It's so close. Oh. Nice shot from Buzz and the tailwind away, taking Kelly out and knocking us down to a 4-player aggression. And they're gonna come through tube here.
Gets a little bit. Secret creeping his way up through kitchen. The 10X ready, manages to exit, throws on the slow orb, gets the heal onto himself as well as dodging out on the shock dart. In the meantime, Chibop gets taken down, and suddenly it's just 2 members left standing. Texture, however, not going down without a fight, not without making things a little bit more costly for the side of MUYAHO, so finds one.
This is the only player left right now. Texture carrying the spike, but you know, takes out the turret. You know, at moments like this, you know it's a matter of time before the opposing team is circling you like a bunch of sharks. And that puts the 5th win here for MUYAHO as we enter the twilight of the first half. Not many more rounds left, but it's certainly been a close map so far.
It really has been. And DAMWON, they would love nothing more than to just, you know, be able to shut this down, to stem the bleeding just a bit, and try to make this, you know, maybe a 6-6, if not close out these next 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the phase now where
3 technically.
The players have the guns they want and will probably be keeping for most of this. And so, you know, these rounds are very significant, as, you know, it can get very one-sided with these guys in the early part of the second half. So we have right now Intro hanging back here with a Yop at a pretty cool angle and is shot down immediately by Texture and knocked out of the picture.
It seems like he just barely didn't notice that he had moved into his line of sight there. Showstopper out, will be a trade 1-for-1. Secret gives his life, but Chibop will bring him back into the mix. Shot from Buzz, tailwind to the side, keeps himself safe, but still going to be a disadvantage at the moment for MUYAHO. And 3v4 attempted retake.
So Secret gets the plant over here.
Gene from above, looking for the spray through the smoke. Kelly gets dropped. Texture finds 4 on the round to go ahead and close it out. 5-5. Tied up yet again. The streak is ended.
Evening out here. Only 2 more rounds before we switch sides. An impressive push into A, where they were able to dominate and actually push out MUYAHO from the entire site.
Yeah. Just wonderfully done. It seems like you no more than 4. We can take 4. You guys can take 4 in a row. But that's it. The end of it.
It's kind of
we
crazy.
gotta win one.
I mean, when you look at just how well Buzz was doing with the op, the fact that they actually marched in there anyways and took it is pretty crazy.
Anyway. Yeah. Oh boy. Now, looking down here towards green. Hunter Sphere comes out, Ghana juking to the side, almost runs into the next charge. Buzz in the meantime finds Texture. It's a push up over the top. Secret sets himself up for the kill. Looks over. There's 3.
There's just one more player left here, and it's the Sage.
Do we see 4? No, we do not. Sheep Hop does manage to get him with the Vandal. Nice little headshot coming through, but he's already been spotted. Clears the drone.
So now we're waiting for Chibab to see how many players, he can take down with him here, but this is really a near impossible situation as behind yellow we have 4 of the MUYAHO players. His shot in the back closes it out with only 1 round remaining here and nothing that can carry over into the second half. We'll see if it's going to be 7-5 or 6-6.
Either way, it's so very close. I mean, historically, you would kind of give this to, a defender's advantage for Icebox. But with these 2 teams, the way that they're playing, it's fast, it's nonstop. It really could go either way.
An impressive game back there from MUYAHO, really muting any pressure coming in there from DAMWON. And it looks like we're going to have a rotation back into A. Not surprising. They've had more success on this side of the map.
He sees the drone. He's still going to go for it. He finds Texture.
Puts a cat tag on the wall in the process.
That's the real alpha play right there.
Okay, we've got the slow put out there on the ground, making this just such a difficult area to try to navigate through. They're all going to push in unison and then loop around in pairs over here to the other side of the A site. But right now, MUYAHO really hanging back, being patient, biding their time.
Buzz comes up over the top. Kelly hadn't heard it, follows up for the second right click, tailwind over the side, draws down with the Sheriff. The headshot to finish the half, 7-5, what a play.
I can't even believe how insane that was. Right-clicking down 2 with Blade Storm, and then a cheeky headshot to the dome.
He didn't even have to go for the gun. He still had knives.
Yeah. I can't even believe it. 7-5 now. We're far from finished. We are going to go to the second half, but I think it's very likely we're going to go to overtime as well.
I mean, why the hell not? Like, honestly, at this point, it's 11:15 p.m. here in Seoul, South Korea.
That's right.
Players getting ready to burn the midnight oil. I mean, we're not getting home until well after midnight, Tasteless.
Oh, man. We're not going home anytime soon, nor should we. MUYAHO here with such a clutch moment there to look back upon. And the DAMWON Kia, they look good, but man, sometimes they really have to work for it. Especially these op shots onto A, eliminating players before the strategy even starts.
I said when we were getting ready to start map 1, like 2 days ago, whenever that was.
Yeah.
If Buzz, if he comes online, he will take over the lobby, and that is exactly what we're seeing. We saw it from Texture on map 2. Now we're seeing it from Buzz here on the Jet. Gets the operator in his hands. They get stable, and he is just dominating.
So now we go into the side switch. Again, it does seem like with these 2 teams, whoever wins the pistol round wins sometimes like 5 rounds in a row after that. Again, if MUYAHO wins here, take it seriously.
Yeah.
Because they do seem to be able to carry that momentum. Not a general rule for all teams, but it does seem to be the case for these 2. Sagewall coming down here, which is spotted by the Owl drone. And with pistols, it's going to be a lot of hammering to actually get through this. Are they going to commit? They are.
Chipping away at it. Just knifing it down.
Yep, ice picking away here.
Should get an ice pick skin.
They should.
Does like 1 extra damage to the ice wall. A hidden passive on it.
And so, you know, they're in B. I don't know that they're going to commit or not. I mean, the rotation is pretty heavy, and the opportunity to flank here with the Rays is very real. And it looks like, positionally, I think they may not commit. We'll see. The Jet is now going to come through. The Omen is tiptoeing, but still mostly on the A side. And we've got 45 seconds here without any real commitment on to B, just, you know, out of reach.
Oh. 10X might have barely spotted him.
You know, sound so important, and being this quiet for this long could trick the other team into thinking they've rotated to A, but now they commit, they come in, they plant the wall. But the headshot there on the other Sage, getting the kill, denying the plant. Can it happen again?
Pushing the corner, they're trying to cover for him. Tailwind out, take him to safety. They get back into the smoke. However, Harry falling. Now Buzz gone. No HP really left on intro. G-Bop to top himself back up, and they are in onto the spike. They are just holding this one. The defuse will be there for the pistol round win. DAMWON sneaking it away, 6-7.
Yeah, it was kind of well, let's just be frank. It was an incredibly slow pistol round. So many of the pistol rounds in general are just like, you know, a barrage of utility and shots, and then it is the spike planted and scrambling to try to get into position. But that was a quiet and a slow start. And I think when the headshot got off onto the Sage that was planting, positional play fell apart.
Yeah, I mean, it was just 2 ice walls and a right click. And the whole thing starts to unravel. Aggressive nade forward, out into main, and oh man, Secret getting saucy. Textures joining in. Everybody from DAMWON just rushing forward with the Spectres, and that is the fastest round that we have basically seen. I think maybe
the play-by-play that you gotta be like, blah, 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 blah. Okay, game 3.
Maybe RB's you know, huge play at the end of Split, slightly faster, but otherwise incredibly fast round.
But, you know, a bit of a throwaway around at that. I mean, we don't expect any team to easily win the second round after losing the first. So now it does get interesting. Now we get, well, let's see what happened here. Let's go back for a second.
He instantly gets the reset on the nades as well. That zone's harrying, so that they, you know, they're just kind of like stuck in A main.
So 7-7. And you know, this is where we can have the rifle buys here from MUYAHO and giving them superior firepower. But unfortunately, they've already dropped the player. Buzz, their Jet, the initiator, is going to have, you know, it's going to be a real missing piece here for the puzzle on how to get into A or B. And, you know, if DAMWON Kia can actually shut this out, they're going to just step further and further ahead here.
Dart spots Harry. He'll back off, and G-Bop gets himself into such an aggressive position.
Okay, now this is a very forward defensive position.
How ready are they for it? Oh man, the double take does get punished. They do manage to trade that one back instantly, but still going to be a man advantage here for the side of DAMWON. As I say that, they will equalize, but Intro only has 7 HP remaining. Sky Smoke's coming down.
Again, there's no Sage here, so they can't set up that fancy wall to try to cork the area. Overall, we've got Secret now going to lurk through the dark cover, maybe going to pop around to the other side. And with the wall bang, it doesn't connect, and it doesn't kill the Yeoman. Ghana gets his revenge. Harry taking out Texture. It's only Kelly remaining here in what should be an easy spike plant and probably an easy conclusion to this round.
Yep, Harry pushes forward, has a superior range with the rifle. Does manage to go ahead and finish him off. 3 kills on the round for Harry as MUYAHO go ahead and swing this right back into their favor.
And so now it's 8-7 in what could not be more of an exciting best of 3 with these two teams. We really don't know who's going to take it. I, again, want to emphasize, I think a 12-12 situation is completely realistic here.
Oh, it absolutely is. You know, it's not one of those times where you say that sarcastically as Vision Strikers is like, you know, 13-3 over top of somebody.
Wow, guys, I don't know who's going to win. These gamers are so good. But no, seriously, this could go either way. It's been an insane series.
Yeah.
Once again, we have some spotting over here towards the A entry, missing the Sage as she blips by. But it's not clear that MUYAHO's going to commit here. Now, they did lose the pointer over at A, and that's going to give them a little bit of ground, but they don't have to commit. They're not too deep in just yet.
Glow orbs out. It seems like, yeah, they might want to just go ahead and pull off the site. It's a very forward position at the moment from Chibop over near green. Has himself situated up tops, waiting for someone to press in. Sees the legs. Ooh, decides to fire then. Not sure about that one. Likely could have had a little bit of additional trigger discipline. Woo. However, does get the read that Buzz has jumped up top. Moves around the corner, trying to maybe act like he pushed out of this angle, but will get collapsed upon. Just too many members there.
MUYAHO has forced their way in, but are they going to have an easy play? Good blindside there by Eugene, hanging back, pre-fired over here.
Oh,
takes out 2 more.
Now can he get a 4th? Throws down the recon dart. 3 bullets left in the chamber, but yeah, will get eliminated at the end of it all, but he did such a good job. Sets up for the 2v1. The smoke dissipates, but now it's a 1v1. Kelly versus Intro. The spike picked up. The wall's still in place. He gets the read.
Always a funny situation when you can't really plant without them coming around and killing you.
The dart over the top. Oh no, he doesn't check! He throws a recon dart, but then before waiting for it to tick, goes for the plant. A big misplay by Intro.
Yeah,
well capitalized on by Kelly.
You know, I mean, it's a difficult position to be in because you're in close quarters. You know they're there somewhere, but if they hide well enough, you're not going to get that spike plant at all. You're going to lose the round. We're tied up 8-8 going into round 17 here. Take a look at Eugene here, who basically evened out the entire playing field with an incredible spray transfer in a, frankly, almost impossible decision moment. Goes for a spike plant there, is killed by the Brimstone, and here we are going into round 17.
That's one of those moments. You just got to tap it, do the fake. Seems like it will be wall off into mid, then try to cut in underneath of 2, but it is well guarded. Chibop manages to find a kill, drops down, the knives are out, tailwind to the side, Buzz draws down with the frenzy, does manage to find 1, but Eugene and Kelly will take out another 2. Boombot forward from Secret as he goes to wrap around the side. It's just Intro all on his lonesome. Can he pull off 3 more kills?
And now we wait. I mean, Intro, I don't know what exactly would be the way to handle this from here. I mean, when you've lost that many players, there's not a whole lot that you can do, but we've seen them going into B over and over, and, you know, they're not making that much progress. It seems like, especially with the Sage Wall technique, if you can get the spike plant at B and then control behind yellow, especially with good smokes, you do manage to get opportunities. But if you get denied the plant and the spike is dropped, which has happened a couple times already here.
Yeah.
It is, at times, it seems like an unmanageable situation. It seems like there's a jungle of hiding spots back there. And it's very, very difficult. Are we going to have the same push come through here again? A push into under, perhaps? This time, no Sage Wall, instead using the Cloud Burst here.
Kelly just looking at his own back with the Molotov. They just charge right through it. They just eat the damage, and Kelly says, all right, hell yeah. Sprays right through. Eugene cleans them up, and that is a swift round. Flawless on the board. DAMWON now just 3 rounds away from victory.
Big risk and big punish there. You know, trying for, you know, a kind of creative, and I like it.
I mean, I don't mind it.
I like it more when it works, and they completely, it completely backfired. They were wiped out, and Kia is looking at the 12 or 13 wins, being very much in reach. Looking at resources here, things are starting to get dire for MUYAHO. I mean, this is, they've got rifles, they've got all Phantoms this time around, but they need to make this work, and they need badly. The Sage Wall comes up. The rotation is in order. Are they going to commit? Are they going to try to shoot through it? It does seem like if they do go for it, it certainly would be an easy defending B setup here for DAMWON Kia.
Deep lurk in the back from Ghana all the way over towards a main. Do see texture in the vicinity. Question is who's going to come out on top of that. Chibop going to be slowed, and the Hunter's Fury is there. Myth manages to get the kill. Buzz almost eating a charge of that there from his teammate. Pulls back as he got tagged up by the L drone, and it will be a rotate out now. Creep forward coming in from Kelly. This could be absolutely massive. They have eyes on mid, but they are not prepared enough. Kelly takes out 2.
All right, as the team's thinned out, the spike is grabbed, it's retrieved, and it's going to be headed towards A, but I think there's more difficulties ahead of them as they're going to try to push into A. They do manage to get the kill. Ghana taking out Texture with the headshot, but can they get the spike plant, and can they keep it setting off?
All right, we'll fake on the TP. Orbital Strike coming through in response of the lockdown. Will go ahead Gonna eliminate that. Hunter's Fury, in response to hearing the spike getting planted, delays them just a little bit more, but Buzz waiting on the other side of the sky smoke, manages to find a kill, throws down a cloud burst. Will drop this. Secret with the rocket out, throws it down, the up trap.
I think the up trap literally
saves
dodged.
his life.
Yeah, gets
Buzz
out of
does
range.
not fall. Now Eugene gone. Secret with a frenzy and a dream. Can he pull it off? They're both a little bit weakened. Finds another one. The nade comes out. Has to be the full pullback now from Ghana. 33 HP, and he does not have line of sight here to try and defend this. He hears the jump up top with a TP. Secret closes it out. 11 rounds for DAMWON Kia.
Unreal. It could have gone the other way, but getting the kill, at least for the attacking side, they got the spike plant, but they're really not allowed to make any more mistakes. They have quickly lost control of this map, and it is all going to come down to whether or not they can clutch it. Now, let's say that DAMWON Kia wins another one. Yeah, sure. They could maybe, at least MUYAHO, take it to 12, but you don't want to get in that situation. You want to be playing catch-up right here, right now.
Yeah.
So what they buy here is going to be so important. And, you know, what site are they going to try to push into?
Well, right now, I don't know, is pretty much the answer. I know that Buzz is going to be going for the Blade Storm, and it needs to be an absolutely huge one. So pops us off the bat. Sky Smoke comes down. Looks like he might try to poke out perhaps over towards A, but he's just kind of hovering around mid for now. So very much slowing down the pace on MUYAHO. They're looking to gain some information.
And there's, you know, not much pressure here, more hanging back. I think they're hoping for an overextension here from MUYAHO. They're gonna chip away at the wall and at least make that an option here, create another threat that the Sage Wall initially eliminated here.
Buzz barely missing the knife.
Oh my God, this is such a difficult situation for both sides. Both their heads are what's gonna be showing on the other side.
Sees the arm. Decides to pull away. Seems like A is gonna have to be the hit. Texture tagged up. Already low on HP, and pulls way back.
I think Texture made the right choice, using the tailwind to get back, get into position. Otherwise, she could have gotten swamped by too many agents pushing through. Buzz is in a position, needs to get a lot of kills. Gets one, gets two.
He's going to be looking for more now. Does he push out the back? No, he's going to play forward. Spots one in the corner, but Kelly comes in, finds the headshot to shut him down. 4v3 now for this defense of the spike. MUYAHO, they need to win this, but now it's going to be a 4v4. The res comes in, puts Texture right back into the action. Harry, however, changes the pace, gets the headshot. Playing on top of the wall, looks for the lineup, cannot get it, but Harry will find another one. Now a third. Quick tap on the spike. Keep on looking for the shots, cannot nail it. MUYAHO, they win another round.
Great play, not overextending, opening up B, offering a lot of things that the defending side, has to consider. But I'll tell you what, the Jet pulling back, getting into a better spot. But really, I think it was Buzz coming in there with the Blade Storm, getting the kills, and cracking open that area so that there was a good setup to control it and to lock out DAMWON Kia, putting this score 11-9. DAMWON Kia in the lead, but MUYAHO is catching up.
Hot on their heels right now. See if they can actually bring it one step closer, be within touching distance, but intro here around the side. Starting to push forward, they'll instantly break down this Sage Wall.
Quietly, we're moving back towards the A site. Mid is still an option. It's still 5v5 here. Nobody's really taken any losses yet, but you don't want to be the one to overextend, poke out, and get killed off here. Kelly controlling mid, but they've smoked out any further pushing into mid so that nobody really knows if there's rotations or not. That smoke's going to last a little bit longer. In fact, he may even end up having another one come down there. And this is just making it so that the defenders really don't know who's going where.
Yeah, keeping things a bit ambiguous. Eugene pulling back from Kitchen, wraparound starting to come through now from Secret as well. Spraying through the wall. They will respond in kind. Cheapbot does get dropped. Showstopper out, dash away the rocket, not gonna find too much. Does get a little bit of damage on the 10X, I believe, from the explosion.
The spike is planted here. And so from here, they're gonna hang back around the B entry and behind yellow. They want to try to run the clock as much as possible. It's about waiting for that audible cue from the defuse, poking out and taking kills.
Well, Plus finds one. Kelly, given how clutch he's been recently, that's a huge pick off the find. Secret will eliminate 10X, push around the corner. Secret finds a second one. Intro tucks into the corner, just watching the spike, sees one. Intro sprays down 3. The bounce coming through, looking for the shock dart. It does not go far enough. He's sticking to it. He needs a peek out right now, and he does it at the perfect time. 4 kills from Intro. MUYAHO, they get another round on the board.
11-10, and a overtime situation becoming more and more of a reality here. Again, DAMWON Kia, they want to squeak out of this with a victory. They don't want to waste their time in overtime. They have that lead, but barely. Couple factors, couple variables change in these rounds, and they've got that, but it hasn't happened yet.
No, it has not. But damn if this isn't a good game.
This is a great, great best of 3, my friend.
Like,
now, we have a push here into B, but with a slow spammed out over here, you don't want to go any further. The question I think for MUYAHO is, do we keep with a slower pacing, or do we try to mix it up and maybe go for a dive in? This late into the second half, there's a lot of utility available on both sides. The guns are very, very strong. It's the guns you want to be using in this phase of the game, so there aren't real throwaway rounds at this point in time.
No, not at all. Everything absolutely matters. MUYAHO looking for 3 more rounds straight just to end it right here and avoid potential overtime. I mean, DAMWON, they could breathe so much more easily if they just get this 12th round. They know that they will have a second chance if the OT comes in, and otherwise we'll be 1 step away from completing this win. After beating them on their beating MUYAHO on their own map pick.
Now back here in A, some crossfire set up with the Sage and this, with the Sova and the Jet, but immediately the Jet comes in here with the initiation. Texture coming around the corner.
The lockdown's gonna come through. I was about to say, the orbital strike is not available here from Kelly, so they need to just naturally break this or all pull off away from the site.
So the lockdown goes on, and it will be 0 players detained. The spike ticking away. They're gonna have to infiltrate now, and they're gonna have to get this thing defused.
Secret pushing forward, lurking right below him, manages to find Buzz, taking the legs out from beneath them. 10x sprays through the wall, breaks it open, but Kelly has a great counter push. The head's exposed. Eugene takes one off, looks for another. That's Intro gone. Rides the cable for just a minute now. It is just Harry. He manages to find Cheap Up. They're in onto the spike. He's trying to shut it down. It's going to be a little bit close, but he will be able to get this, I do believe.
Yeah, he's got enough time. He's going to get the defuse.
Did it! Oh my God!
I thought for sure, under a second, of course, but no, it goes off. It
Not
blows
even
up in their faces.
0.01 seconds
That's
for
insane.
Lake. That was so close. I thought for sure he had it, but instead we're tied up.
Yeah, I thought.
Oh
my
man.
God. Oh my God. All right. 11-11. And I mean, think about every micro situation that happened, every millisecond, how long a spray was held. And yeah, look at that. It fills up the meter.
Oh my goodness.
But it doesn't close it out.
Literally just a fraction of, a tenth of a second.
I think it was literally filled up, but it does not actually fully count.
Oh man,
crazy.
He snipped the wrong wire right at the last moment.
You cut the green wire. And so here we are, 11-11. Things could not be more tense. Things could not be more close. We've got lurking over here at B. It's just the Sage. Sova's not far away. But the Jet in a forward position can identify. Doesn't look like anybody's pushing yet.
Oh, looks for it, but Ghana shuts him down. Texture eliminated. That is already critical here.
This is a naked A site. There's going to be a rotation here from the defenders.
Kelly, does he do it again? Looks for it. No, he does not. 10x strikes him down.
And this is looking like it's going to be a very, very difficult hold here for DAMWON Kia here on the defenders, as A is theirs for the taking for MUYAHO.
Bob manages to find 2, trying to drag this back into the favor, but now suddenly it's going to be Secret all on his lonesome in a 1v3, holding back this angle. He will fall. 12 rounds for MUYAHO. Can they just do it in the next, or do we see overtime?
DAMWON Kia getting dismantled one by one back there, starting with the overextension from the Jet and ending with the all-kill and the spike plant there for MUYAHO. We're waiting to see what kind of defense DAMWON Kia has, because they are fighting for an opportunity to go to that overtime. MUYAHO doesn't want to waste anything anymore. Every movement is going to count, every peak so important, every gunfight has to work.
And while they might be outgunned, there's a Bulldog, 2 Spectres, a Judge here for the side of DAMWON. They have 4 ultimates ready to go. They have this res if somebody gets picked early. As long as it's not Chibab, they can potentially bring them back into the round. They're gonna need to utilize everything right here. There's no reason to save it. See what they can get done. Dart goes out, hits the jet. That's going to be the call out here for the Hunter's Fury. Tailwind actually kind of botches it, and intro tracks him.
Yeah, it seems like she tailwinded into the wall, or at least from that angle.
That is critical.
It did not eject her out of the trajectory of the Hunter's Fury. And so that's like, it's like Zeus struck you with a lightning bolt, and now it's a 4 versus 5. With no engagement. I mean, spending the utility, of course, that doesn't matter. You don't have to save it for later.
They will get the res, so Texture's going to be brought back in full HP, just no armor. Secret pushes up over the top, spots multiple members coming in through a main. So we'll send a Boombot through the smoke, the nade up over the top. Kind of misbounces that one, though. And DAMWON, I mean, they cannot afford to have these minor mistakes.
And now we've got a seesaw over here onto the B site. The Omen teleports to confirm that there's nobody there, cancels it to come back. He's going to tail behind, maybe coming in to fight in mid as well. The Sage is coming forward, only a Sova here to meet her.
That's the push out. Kelly already gone. The res obviously already been burned. The wall comes up. Showstopper over the top. Buzz takes Secret's head off, but they do interrupt the spike plant for a little bit longer.
They need to get this plant down now or they're going to run out of time. It's on now.
Hunter's Fury comes crashing through, cannot find a kill, and Harry gets rid of Texture. 2 members versus 4 to try to take us into OT. Buzz darted, dashes away, gets rid of the recon bolt as well. Intro up over the top. Buzz draws out the blades. Chibop manages to find one. They push up into the smoke. The timing is so poor on the Cloudburst. Suddenly a 2v2.
And this is an extremely important moment. They need to try to get over here, get the defuse while the Sova covers. It doesn't happen. Ghana gets the kill. Gonna push in here.
Spike, and they just push the corner.
Beautifully done, and there we go. A victory for MUYAHO.